Hello, everyone. I think it's time. Are we all ready to rumble? Hello, Troy. Hello, Neil. Good to have you aboard. Hello, Heather. All right. Shall we get this show on the road? This road on the show? No, that's not quite right. Nice to see you all. I hope we have a few more people that will be popping in. That would be nice. Uh, the clothes in the dryer. Okay. I know that feeling. The show must go on. Absolutely. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do that. How's that? Are you? How's that little babushka? I need to uh I need to start figuring out whether people want to have some kind of focus on some of these chat things. They kind of go the gamut, which is okay once in a while. But I mean, if you guys want a special subject to talk about, then that would be good too. I would like to do that eventually. Maybe. Oh, poor Henry. Okay. Feel free to jump up while the jumping is good. Absolutely, Chris. And more prayers for Troy that he keeps getting better and better. And don't go pushing it too far, too fast. Hello, Christy. Well, that's very nice. Thank you. Laura and Joel are top notch. They've always been helpful from the first time they showed up in our little group. They were helping people out, and they're a hoot besides. I love their sense of humor. always have been partial to clowns. Well, at least silly people. People that don't take themselves too seriously. Yeah, they are the best. You can't go wrong with them. They are awesome. Ooh, Beth, I hope you're doing better. I hope you're doing well. More prayers up for you too. Thank you, Chris. You are really on the ball tonight. Going too far too fast. I kind of got that feeling when you said you were driving to the store, but you were still wobbly on your feet. That's not a good thing. You don't need to be getting out of the car to go into the post office or whatever and fall on your face. That would not be a good thing. Oh, that's a bummer, Beth. Stupid insurance companies, I'm telling you. Somebody needs to smack them around. Not that I want anybody to get violent, but I mean, like, verbally smack them around. Hello, Ace. So serious. I know. I am serious. I can be serious about certain things, but hey, everything has to have a sense of humor with it. So is anybody going to pop up here? No? Rare? Is that how you like your steak? I like my steak rare. Well, medium rare. I don't want it too bloody. I don't want it blue. Okay. Is Henry still there? I figured it out, and I have the thingy on for um having to be uh a subscriber for 10 minutes to chat or something. I'm with you, Christy. I like it a little on the mooing side. Oh, are you, my friend? I love all you guys. Sir Paul, the American Sir Paul. Uh, Heather, you work too many hours. Too many hours and then having to come home and take care of the house and everything else at home and spend time with your daughter and everything. No wonder you're exhausted. You need to get some sleep. You really do. Much as I love to have you here and have fun, I don't want you to get sick because you're staying up too late. Yeah. Aw,
Hello, Lori. How are you doing?
not too bad. All things considered.
Mm, I'm a little bummed out. I went and paid my income taxes today,
Oh,
but at least I got that over with. You know,
yeah.
yeah,
I don't I don't deal with income taxes anymore.
yeah.
Well, being retired,
My mom and dad talked to the CPA, and he said, as long as you don't make any money, you don't have to file. And they're like, okay,
yeah.
yep,
Well, I file anyway because um, we still pay on some of the income we get. You know, anything the federal government pays you, anything you get from your retirement stuff and all that, you pay federal taxes on or state taxes.
hmm the
So we kind of have to file.
only income they really have that shows is Social Security. All the rest of the money they get comes from family members, and we keep that on the down low. If you know what I mean.
I do, I do.
And
We
it
don't
makes
have a
sense.
heck of a lot of property or anything like that. So,
Yeah,
there's none of that to deal with. We have a quarter acre with no mortgage.
yeah,
So that's pretty good. And
yeah.
we just pay our real estate taxes on that. And so whatever the government takes out, we end up getting back at the end of the year anyway. Yay. So it's,
Do you?
we're letting them, they're borrowing from us and they're not paying us interest.
Well, do you want me to tell you what I feel, how I feel about politics?
I certainly do.
You sure? I don't know if you
Oh,
got the
sure.
crowd for it or not. They might not want to hear it. Okay, I'll tell you. Here we go. Are you ready?
I'm
The way
ready.
I think about a way all of politics.
I absolutely agree with everything you're saying. Absolutely.
I got a lot
I
of that
agree.
tonight.
Good to get that off your chest, isn't it?
Yes. I had two funny stories that I was going to tell, and I can't remember either one of them right now.
Oh, doesn't that just stink?
Mm-hmm. Neither do
You'll
yours.
think of them eventually.
About the time we get off of here, probably.
That's typical. I'm surprised nobody else has bounced up here yet.
Mm.
But it's good to have you up here. It's
Well, you support my channel a lot, and I just feel obliged to come see what's going on.
Well, I am so happy you did because I like going to your channel and watching your videos. And I always enjoy it when you're up on a panel with somebody on their lives
Yeah.
because you have a sense of humor that I can appreciate.
Well, you got to laugh sometimes or you'll cry.
No kidding. That's what I keep telling people. If I didn't have a sense of humor and couldn't laugh at everything that's going on, I'd be crying all the time.
Mhm.
I don't like crying. Not my thing. I do not like to cry.
Oh, yeah, me neither.
Never fun.
What's that old saying? If you cry, you'll cry alone, but if you laugh, you'll always have friends.
That's very true. Very true.
Oh, we got a new one. We went and got some groceries a while ago. I got to show you this.
More pickles.
Yes.
Oh,
I had just finished these.
those were
So
the
I
hot ones.
told her to put them back on the list, and these was the Wicked Pickles, and they weren't quite as hot as what the original ones were, but this is something totally different. Hang on,
Dirty dill, baby dills.
yeah, I can fix that. Is that
Oh,
better?
that's better. Wickles, dirty dill, baby dills.
Oh, I ate 2 of them, and I had to eat a bowl of ice cream. And after I swallowed the last bite of ice cream, I could still taste the pickles. It was hot. It was light you on fire. I'll probably regret that sometime tomorrow.
Oh yeah, probably will.
I'm thinking I may have
And I'm
to
sure Anita's going to be
kicking me out the
regretting it when you get to bed.
house. I think I may have to slice these up and put them on a sandwich or something. I don't know. They're too hot to eat on their own.
Oh,
Um,
I don't
I
like
know,
too hot.
I
A
know a lot of
little heat is fine.
do what?
I said a little bit of heat is fine. I'm not too crazy about too much heat.
Well, I was just kind of trying these. My kids came up with these Wicked Pickles, and they had fixed a charcuterie board with the wicked pickle chips in it for our Christmas dinner. Uh, I guess our Christmas dinner was on Christmas Day, but we decided not to go traditional foods. We'd done that at Thanksgiving, and everybody had somewhere else they went to that had traditional, so we went finger foods, and they fixed up a
I
huge
remember you saying
charcuterie
that.
board full of finger foods and stuff, and they had them pickles on there, and I liked them. I'm like, wow, them were really good. They had a little bite to them, and so I started getting Nita to get me some of those, and wow, these ones here, oh yeah, dirty deal, baby deals, have
Rip your lips off, huh?
a lot of pizzazz to them. Yep. He makes my body.
Oh, yeah, I got to see what's going on in chat. I don't want to ignore anybody.
I have a channel that I've watched for quite a while, and uh, it's Little Southern Brothers, and it's 2 young men uh, that are still school agers, even that their dad and them log together, and they have a little farm and a sawmill on their farm, but they sell logs to other companies, and their older brother doesn't live too terribly far from them. He helps them from time to time, and he's got his own channel. His channel is Backwoods TN, but they got just barely missed by a tornado yesterday. I guess it missed their house. They heard some terrible noise, and they was in the house, so they all went and got downstairs. And then when daylight come up, it had wrecked their hay barn, tore all the roof off their
no.
shed and several other things. So if you get an opportunity, go check out those two channels. I'm sure it'd be a pick me up for them to pick up some subscribers or to drop them a comment, and that is Backwoods TN, which is or the other one is Little Southern Brothers, and they are in Tennessee.
Hold on a second.
Backwoods TN, or the other channel is A Little Southern Brothers that runs all together.
Okay, type something in chat, in the YouTube chat.
Okay. I have to get that going again here. You made me a moderator.
I did. So you can put their channels in.
I don't know how to. I'd have to go to their channel on another deal to post the link, wouldn't I? Let me see if I can figure out all the ways to do that. If it looks like I'm not looking at you, it's because I'm looking at the screen looking for something else.
That's fine. I'm going to read the chat in the meantime.
Okay.
Let's see. Probably won't be awake much longer. I'm exhausted. Yeah, I know. And then Wanda had to go scooting off because her grandson woke up.
It would be so handy if I was computer literate.
I'm semi-literate.
I'm more like computer illiterate.
Ace, crying makes my body hurt so I laugh a lot at y'all myself. At y'all and myself. Chrissy, I'm carnivore, but I still love some pickles.
Well, these don't have any carbs. 0 carbs. That's a great thing about.
Yeah, most of them have no carbs, I think. I don't know what would be in a pickle that would have carbs in it. I wonder if fish like pickled worms. Ace, you're silly. A Little Southern Brothers in Backwoods, Tennessee. Aha. Oh, Chris got it. He got the link for Backwoods, Tennessee.
And he's got the other one down there a little later. Yep, he got it.
Very good.
Just about the time I figured out how to copy. I'm back. I've been here the whole time. I'll be doing live.
Just already started yawning. Creaks in the house.
I'll be doing a live tomorrow evening at 8:00. It'll be kind of after Jesse and Lisa's live. on the Paul Case Farms channel.
Oh.
Yep. We'll probably try to do what you're doing, figure out what kind of interesting topics we can get into.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I posted a link. I made a post on my homepage under the community tab,
Mhm.
and I explained that, I really want to be able to find subjects to talk about to make, like, let's have a live to discuss this topic or that topic. And one of the topics that I wanted to talk about, and I was debating whether I should do it on this channel or my other channel, was talking about God
Mhm.
in any, capacity whatsoever. Ask a Catholic, whatever the heck you think.
Yep.
If you don't know something, ask somebody that's
That
a
does.
Catholic that knows what the heck the church really teaches compared to what most Protestants think we teach, but they always get things a little messed up. They don't
Well,
really.
kind of along those lines, my church gets together with two other churches every year, and I helped them to start this because I had done it at a previous church, and these guys had never got together, and we're all of the same kind, and we have what they call winter Bible study. And Lifeway, the company Lifeway, puts out a lot of the literature for church Sunday schools and things like that. And they actually
Yeah,
put out a literature for winter Bible study, but it's like you can break it up into 3 sessions and just like have a 3 night Bible study. And we figured out that the most important thing we didn't want to mess with was any church's Wednesday night program, because the churches in my area usually focus on youth on Wednesday nights. And so we didn't want to mess that up. And so we decided to do it a Sunday night, Monday night, and Tuesday night. And we've been doing this for 5 or 6 years now, maybe longer than that. I've been over there. This will be I'm working on my 8th year that I've been at this church. And this year's, though, was the book of Joshua. And there's 24 chapters in the book of Joshua, but quite a bit of the book of Joshua is the how the inheritance of the promised land was broke up between the 12 children or 12 tribes of Israel.
true. Yeah.
And a lot of it is just descriptions of the land. But you probably even know some things about the book of Joshua. I find out every time I study, just like do a book study, I have things memorized from when I was a little kid in Sunday school that they taught us that was out of this book or that, because they always pick out the really good verses out of a book to do for memory verses. But I kind of got the shaft on this deal because the first 2 sessions of the Bible study, they covered like 4 chapters apiece. And so they got all the way to the 8th chapter. And then in one night, I'm supposed to teach 14 chapters. Yeah, 14 chapters. So
In one night.
yeah, in one night. And these other two guys, they did about an hour and a half a piece. And there's no way you can do a comprehensive study in the amount of time that we're going to meet, in just 3 sessions. So we just kind of hit the high points. And lucky for me, there was like 5 or 6 chapters in that book that was all of that land description stuff and how that was broken up. And then there was a whole nother chapter about how each of the 11 tribes gave some cities to the Levites because the Levites didn't need any land. They were the priestly tribe, and they weren't to inherit any land, but they had to have a place to live. And so each tribe gave some of the cities in their land description
Land.
to the Levites, and that took up a whole nother chapter. But I had sat down and I wrote notes. I'd figured out what I wanted to say and wrote it down, and because I wanted to be quicker than these other guys, because these other guys lose people's attention. A person's attention span's only about as long as their seat's comfortable.
Yeah, that's probably true.
And so I sat down.
Especially in a church that has hard pews.
Yep. I sat down and wrote that all out, and I had it to where I could read what I had wrote down in about 17 minutes. And I was like, I don't think it'll go that way preaching it. And I thought maybe I'll take 30. It took 40. So I was 40 minutes in doing that. And everybody's like, wow, we're done. And I'm like, no, we're not. Now we're going to do testimony time. And and then we're going to have an invitation, and we didn't have anybody responded at the invitation, but we tried to do that. It's a good thing. And we had people who visited our church and came to every night of that. They visited our church for 2 regular meetings, and then they came to every night of that winter Bible study and helped. We have it one night at each church, and so the church that is hosting has refreshments for everybody, and it's turned out to be a real good time. I didn't know it would. I've done this before in places where there wasn't that kind of fellowship. That's why we come here. That's why you're here. The fellowship.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm here.
Absolutely.
I got into a
Exactly.
community I didn't have any idea about.
Yeah. And the people that are in this community are awesome.
Yep.
I mean, there are some really, really good people in this.
It's like Johnny said the other night on he was reading the comments, and somebody said, well, I guess you don't like the motor that's in my truck or whatever, so I'm just going to leave. And he said, now hang on, there's a seat for everybody here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It doesn't matter what you like. Yeah, I mean, everybody has their opinion.
And my opinion is that Chris should have been spelled with an H.
That's true. I know.
And that's so
I tried telling him that, but
he's not going to change his ways.
No, because he's too old now.
I've been told I'm too old a few times, Lori.
You're kidding me? I got you guys beat by 10 years at least.
I'm 50.
Oh, 20 years.
One of the girls in our group, they caught me singing a little jingle. I can't even remember what it was. It was something about a game we were going to play while we were at camp. You always have to come up with a board game or card game or something just to keep them occupied in their spare time. And she looks at me and she said, "Did you just sing that?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Did you take choir in high school?" I said, "No, they didn't even offer it when I was in high school." She said, "Oh, you shouldn't sing then."
That's mean.
Yeah, she didn't care.
Okay, Critter Creek is in here. Hello, Mickey. I'm going to talk about sparkly tractors.
I don't know what he ate for anyway. Well, Beth, I don't either.
I would expect that out of Jennifer.
Yeah.
Music and recipes would be great. Yeah, I really am partial to music for sure, and I love to cook.
What's your
Please
favorite?
remember to hit the like button. Thank you.
What's your favorite kind of music, Lori?
Folk,
Yeah.
country,
I grew up on country
kind of
music.
old stuff.
My dad's pickup when I was a real little snot didn't have a radio in it that worked, and so he sang. Now my dad sang in a quartet at one time that was based out of my home church, and there was a bunch of girls that ran around with them that made a trio, and the trio and the quartet was named the Heavenettes and the Heavenaires, and
Yep.
they'd go to other churches and sing. And so my dad, he'd sing songs to us like trailers for sale or rent, rooms to lend.
Rooms till at 50 cents. No food, no pool, no pets. I
Yep.
can't sing that low.
Yep. And so I learned that kind of stuff that was a little outdated even then that he liked and I still like.
Yeah, that's from the late 60s, early 70s, I think. Uh,
Mhm. Lauren, you got to keep up with that sub and stuff. John Denver. Oh, Joanne Collins. Chris has some very complex taste. Chris, have you ever tried dirty dill baby dills? That might suit your
oh,
complex
Lord. I
taste.
am so sorry. No, sir. Glenn Campbell was your cousin? I am so amazed at all the stuff that comes out of your mouth. You know everybody.
She's been everywhere, done everything. That Lauren,
Exactly. I
she has,
know.
she's lived a life of experiences now.
She gets around. Little bluegrass, yeah, but I like a little bluegrass.
Me, I just play my guitar and sing my little song. I'm a logger. Just been up to Coos Bay, Oregon. Been chopping trees.
um,
You don't, Chris? I thought you had a really complex taste there when you put
ah,
John Denver down.
did you see that? I sang professionally for years. I absolutely love folk, bluegrass, and country. Well, there you go.
I
No
like
wonder I like you guys so much.
the good country, like uh, George
Like
Strait, uh, Chris Ledoux, Merle Haggard,
Merle Haggard. Yeah.
Tennessee Ernie
Don't know.
Ford. I mean,
Tennessee Ernie Ford. That old rugged cross.
I can't snap though.
I used to be able to, but
Yeah, I
it
was
doesn't
much.
want my hands are so dry.
Yeah, I've got issues. I think it's because I've worked so hard.
Well, yeah,
I have no
it's
fingernails.
hard to snap without a thumb.
That's right. 16 tons. I watched him sing in 16 tons with Merle Travis, who apparently wrote 16 tons on YouTube on Hee Haw. And he says, y'all can snap with me. And Grandpa Jones was sitting up behind him and he says, Grandpa, are you snapping? He said, yeah, not as good as I used to, though.
Exactly. Doesn't work. And I used to dance, and we always had to snap our fingers. And I could snap with both fingers, both hands. And now I can't get a snap out of anything.
I'm kind of out on that
Well,
one.
that's a problem. My husband almost lost his thumb, but he was lucky that they it was kind of dangling, and he severed his tendons in his thumb because he was taking changing a part, putting a part on his lathe, and his lathe had like a 10-foot bed or something, and a 4-foot chuck.
Mm-hmm.
And he was putting it up, and they used to use a crane with straps.
Yeah.
And the strap snapped and broke and wrapped around his thumb and cut it. And he almost lost it. But thank God they were all, where he worked was only like 3 or 4 miles from the nearest hospital. And
Yeah.
they were able to put it back together. Was never the same. His guitar playing suffered because he couldn't hold the pick very well. And it took a while for him to be able to play anything at all anymore.
I messed mine up bad enough. The doctor told me before we went in for surgery, he hadn't even seen it except in pictures. And he said, it's probably not going to be something you'd ever be able to use again. And I'm like, if you could have me home tonight, that'd be great, And he did. Hoyt Axton.
Hoyt Axton, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he was awesome.
He had just a couple of songs. What were they?
He was also an actor.
Yeah.
He was in what was the name of that stupid movie?
I don't know, but I've got a computer that probably knows.
I know, and I was looking at it not too long ago. The one about the Gremlins. I think it was Gremlins.
Hoyt Axton lived in Duncan, Oklahoma, or was born in Duncan, Oklahoma.
Yep. I looked him up not long ago. We were talking about him on another live, and I remember looking him up. Yes, Gremlins. Christy Smith said Hoyt Axton is her cousin.
Yep. Gremlins, 1984, Buried Alive in 90. Gremlins 2 in 90. It says he was in The Black Stallion in 1979.
Oh, was he? With Mickey Rooney. I used to read those books when I was a kid. They were my favorite books. Well, regular books.
He sang The Yellow Rose of Texas. Maybe he wrote that one. Let me look.
No, I don't think so. That's old. When I was little, that thing was popular.
Says
that was in the 50s.
He may have recorded it.
He might have recorded it, yeah. Very possibly.
Bony Fingers in 1974.
Bony Fingers. What do you get when you work your fingers to the bone? Bony fingers. I love silly songs. Lauren, my great uncle's wife, was also a cousin of Glenn's. Her maiden name was Applegate. So no wonder Christy and Lauren have been hitting it off, because it seems like they've got family.
They've been everywhere, done everything, got family ties. It's all in the family. Yeah, Gremlins. That movie. I mean, it had me afraid to drink Mountain Dew after midnight when I was a kid.
Anything after midnight. Don't feed the gremlins after midnight.
Wildwood
Uh,
Fire was one of his songs, and so was Never Been to Spain. That's what it said. Yes, Lone Cross Scotty. You are needed in this conversation. Have you been fed after midnight?
Ross, how are you?
My
Someone
great
summoned me.
granny, my great granny's favorite song was Mississippi Squirrel Revival.
I don't
Yep.
remember that one.
Uh-huh. It was a Ray Stevens song, if that helps at all.
Ray Stevens. Oh my word.
uh,
He just cracked me up. Everything he did cracked me up.
oh, yes, they call him the Streak. Whee! He likes to show off his physique. Wearing just his tennis shoes, guess you could call him unique.
Oh yeah, they called him the Streak.
Don't look, Ethel! No chicken legs after midnight.
Oh look, Ethel. Can you, Laurie and Paul? Can y'all sing to us a bit?
It
I don't
don't
know. What are we going to sing, Paul?
it don't work. I tried it whenever we were trying to broadcast from two different places during the big pandemic for our church services, and the distance difference you can't make up for it. if you tried and I tried to follow you, it'd be all messed up to everybody that was
Yeah,
listening.
that's probably true.
Yeah,
That's
you
probably true.
can't hardly do it. Really, you dated Ray Stevens' drummer. Ray Stevens was on Larry's Country Diner here at one time, and he sang a song about the preacher and the bear. I think it was hilarious. Hilarious.
Preacher and the Bear. I
Preacher
don't
and the
know if I
bear.
heard that.
Yeah, he's still putting out funny stuff.
Oh my God.
He put out one about his his granddad being buried and not realizing now that he'd voted Democrat. And you know when that would have happened. No, the Beach Boys.
The
Oh yeah.
Beach Boys, they were good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there were a few bands in the 60s that were pretty good. They had some good music.
I get around. I get
That
around, round, round, round.
was that there were a couple of bands that sounded very similar.
Mm-hmm.
The Beach Boys and the Safaris sounded a lot alike. And there was another one, Jan and Dean. Round, round, get around, I get around, oh, get around, I get around.
I'm not sure if Ray Stevens still does anything in Branson or not. We tried to get some tickets to some of those guys that we hadn't seen in Branson last time we were there, and There was several of them I know had been there, but they had nothing available on their websites at that time. That was last summer. Mm-hmm.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever see.
Oh, we had party lines whenever I was growing up, and we
Oh
had one
God, yeah.
paper that thought they were a lot more sneaky than what they were, and everybody knew there's nothing you could say on the phone she wouldn't know.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's always a gossip person that had a party line that listened to everybody.
Our party lines didn't have a different ring for everybody. It would ring strong on the one it was supposed to go to, but the other everybody else would get a ding-a-ling,
Yeah.
just barely a ring once, and so she always
Yeah.
got that alert so she could go catch up on the latest gossip,
Yeah.
or make it make the latest
Or
gossip.
make it. Yeah. Make it up as she goes.
Tethered phones and answering machines. Yeah, I that just thrills me when you talk to young people about stuff like that today, because they got no idea. If somebody called you and you didn't answer, you didn't have no way of knowing who it was.
Nope, they don't understand that. Well, how did that work? Well, you just didn't know.
It worked a lot better than the system before it. Yep.
When they had one ringy dingy, oh, and the operator had to plug into the right
Yep.
person to send the call to. Yeah, well, they shouldn't listen to the whole conversation.
In my area, and I think a lot of the country was this way when they first got phone systems. Um, your number had two letters ahead of it or something like that, and
Yep.
that was what they were always saying. Anybody that's young enough they didn't know, if you was watching Hee Haw and you seen BR549, that was the number to call Junior Samples auto lot. But I did have a tractor that had a dealer sticker on it that had a phone number on that dealer sticker that was like that. But I've sold the tractor. I should have got a picture of that dealer sticker. It was really cool because it had
Yeah.
their old phone number on it.
Yeah. We had when I was a kid, the exchange in the town that I lived in was Lakeside.
Hmm.
Lakeside 9 and 4 digits after that.
Hmm.
And you knew that if you were calling somebody in Lakeside, it was in this particular town, or if you were calling Swift, it was in a different town. Every town had their own little exchange.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Very interesting, huh, Chris? Very interesting. Um, we uh, we had some other things going on here up until about a year before I got married. We had uh, we were rural route box numbers. Everybody was rural route box numbers, and
Yep.
our my home that I grew up in and where I live now is all within a mile, and it was all in Oklahoma and still is. But we received our mail out of Galena, Kansas until I was about 10. And when they changed and our mail was going to come out of Quapaw, our box number went from 257 to 267. But it was completely different address at Quapaw. And my grandma's at the first house that I ever had on my own, hers was about the same. It just changed a few box numbers when they switched from Galena, Kansas to Quapaw, Oklahoma. But then they went. I had to learn a new address, and it wasn't too hard. I already knew Grandma's address, but then about a year after I got started living there, they changed it to 911 addresses, which is a point number on your road. It's a distance location basically, and the numbers. It's just like it would be in town. The numbers, all the evens are on one side of the road and the odds are on the other, and it just tells you how
Yeah.
far down that road you are if you're in the first mile of it or whatever. So I went. I only moved a mile in 20 some years there, but I had to learn 3 different addresses. Changed my
That's
address 3
weird.
times and I never moved.
Yeah, never left the same spot, but kept changing my address.
Hey, now, Chris, don't be putting your phone number up there. 8675309. Somebody will be calling you if you put your phone number up there. Can I
Oh, Lauren, my ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling.
can I do my public service announcement?
You certainly can.
Please direct all your complaints to casesawmill@idon'tcare.com. And you can use whatever kind of language you'd like, and you'll feel better and you won't hurt anybody's feelings. Thank you for
'Cause we
participating.
don't care.
That is casesawmill@idon'tcare.com.
I love that.
I've tried to get better at it. If I was really good, I think like Miss Ann does it, I could
Like
hire.
Miss Ann, yeah, she's
Miss Ann just
awesome.
has that smooth voice when she does that, doesn't she?
She was a radio personality for a while, so she had a lot of
Schmooze.
practice doing commercials and stuff. I remember an old lady named Ethel Bell that told everybody's business on that part of line. Yeah. hmm what kind of music do you play? You sing a mean Patsy? So do I. Or I
Well,
used to.
I
Not
have a
so much
voice.
anymore.
I have a voice
Huh?
that could grade cheese. Christy Smith says, "I wish I could sing, Lauren. I have a voice that could grade cheese."
I love it.
I bet that's not really the way it is.
Oh, Texas. Chris put it up
Yeah, you
your
need to put
website.
the @ sign in there. You wouldn't want it to not get to where it's supposed to go. Case Sawmill at idon'tcare.com. Oh, thank you, Chris. Appreciate you putting that on there.
Christy Smith. I did in Fort Worth, Texas, and we called it Fox Hunt.
You ever feel like you're getting part of it? There you go. There you go. It's y'all ever run around and play on CB radios back when folks had them in cars? And he says, yes, he did in Fort Worth, Texas. We called it Fox Hunt. I used to like to play on the CBs, but the dadgum semi truck traffic here has changed. There's so many drivers that don't speak English that I'd get tired of it and just shut it off. I haven't had a CB in a truck in 15 years or more. We only lived 3 miles off I-44, so you'd get a lot of people coming by that was, talking back and forth on it. It was interesting to listen to sometimes. Sometimes you'd find somebody that was asking questions that nobody traveling could answer. Like, how do you get to a certain place? Which exit do you take to go into this or whatever? And you might even be able to help somebody once in a while. But
Yeah.
the most useful thing the CB was made for me anyway, was to find out if the scale house was open on I-44, because I could go around it, but I'd have to drive through the hills on a county road. And if I could manage to miss that and drive past the scales, I'd do it. But if I went by there when they was open, they'd sure pull me in. I never drove anything that was 100% legal. We was hauling a lot of hay past there and stuff like that, and they just love to flag farmers down and give them trouble.
Yeah, I bet.
Can't even remember that I ever had a handle, but I told people that I was a local. That was what I told them every time I talked to somebody that was asking some question on CB, want to know who I was. I said, I'm just a local. Mm-hmm.
Lauren said her call name was Sweet Pea. My sister was called Sweet Pea. We used to call her Sweet Pea.
Well,
I don't remember where she got it from.
I've remembered one of my stories.
Oh.
Did you ever hear about a chicken that broke into the garden and they caught it standing there looking at a head of lettuce? Did you ever hear about that?
No, I can't say that I have.
They decided to take a picture of it and name the picture Chicken Caesar Salad. Boom, boom, boom.
Bum, bum. That. I'll have to remember that one. Chicken Caesar salad. Chris's was White Night. Well, that's weird.
My first truck was called White Lightning. There wasn't nothing quick about it, but that's what it was.
I ran weather checks on the CB where the speed traps were.
Yeah, this scale house up here on the Missouri side, they used to have one on both sides of the road. And now they're not checking them going out. They're only checking them coming in, but they would stop you for anything. And there was people who would be wanting to know if the scale house was open so that they could get off. See, on the Oklahoma side, it's all tow road, and you got to get off 21 miles back to miss that scale house. And you have to get off at Miami to get around it, and anybody could get around it, but if it was not open, you'd rather just go on by.
Yeah, because you don't want to drive, 20 miles out of the way if you don't have to.
Yeah, any of that you get off on to get around, it's going to be 2-lane road rather than 4-lane, and it's slower. Here's your sign.
Here's your sign. I love watching those guys too.
Yeah.
All three of them. I can't remember their names.
Foxworthy, Jeff Foxworthy, Bill Engvall,
and tater salad.
Tater salad. Tater salad needs to quit drinking or it's going to kill him. That's just Paul's opinion.
Yeah, I know. That seems to be a problem for a lot of people these days, especially people that get rich and famous. Not really. It's either that or drugs.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I can believe that, Christy.
That's all right, Christy. My wallet makes me do the same thing. It's just either you laugh or you cry. I don't know anything about him. I hadn't watched him in a long time, but used to whenever he would be on there when they was doing those tours, he never didn't have a drink in his hand and a cigarette lit. And he could
Yeah.
manage that with one hand because he'd hold the microphone sometimes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Blue eye, brown eye.
Chris, did you ever run up 71 through West Fork to Fayetteville? No
You
idea.
know, the funny thing about that guy's name being Ron White, there was a guy who subbed for the VOAG teacher when we were without one at my school that I went to, whose name was Ron White. And he was a lot of fun.
Oh, really?
Went to these cattle shows that we went, and we'd have to stay overnight in a motel or something. And he'd always have us playing cards for pennies or something. We had a lot of fun running with him. He did think that 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning we ought to call it quits and go to bed since we rented the bed. You could have done all the rest of this at the fairgrounds. Wouldn't have had to rent this bed. Mm-hmm.
Larry the Cable Guy. Oh, yeah.
Lauren, I thought the same thing about Ron last time I seen him, that he looked really sick. He probably isn't telling everybody everything. Jim
That's sad.
Croce?
Jim Croce.
Croce? I don't remember
Jim
him.
Croce. Time in a Bottle.
Oh,
If
yeah.
I could put time in a bottle, first thing that I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you. Gordon Lightfoot, yeah. The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Bad, bad Leroy Brown.
That was Jimmy Dean.
Bad,
Was it
bad
not?
Leroy Brown? No.
Yeah. Who was it? Come on, Chris. Tell us who it was.
Oh.
Who sang Bad Leroy
Was it Jim
Brown?
Croce? Bad Leroy Brown?
Jim Croce. It was Jim Croce.
Yep.
It's what Google says, and Google knows everything.
Google knows, yeah.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Let's ask some real questions. I gotta erase that. Are you ready for a real question?
You don't mess around with Jim.
How do I get by without having to pay taxes? There's a good question. Okay, here it tells you one way you can get, Lori, you could even get by without paying taxes. Live outside the United States.
That's a good idea. No, wait a minute.
No, I like the United
No,
States.
I don't think so. Not gonna go there.
Live nomadically. This is what it says. Live nomadically. Don't have no home.
No, I don't think so.
Move to one of the U.S. territories. Or
Nah.
renounce. How about this one? Renounce your citizenship.
Oh, yeah, so they can deport you.
I think I'll go ahead and pay my taxes.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think I want to go anywhere.
Elvis in the ghetto.
Long, cool woman in a black dress? I thought it was in a red dress. Can't forget my mother's favorite singer, Elvis. Memories pressed between the pages of my mind. I think everybody's mom's favorite was Elvis. Well, mine wasn't. My
Lori,
sister's favorite was Elvis.
Lori, do you have a Learjet?
Yeah, I do.
I think he may
I
have
don't
meant,
fly though.
maybe he meant Lauren's. I bet Lauren still has a Learjet to be able to get around.
That's probably more true than me. I can't fly. I
Don't
don't
even.
want to fly. I am terrified of flying. But I have a Learjet for everybody else to go tooting off in.
I haven't never flew in a plane. I have flew
Yep.
off the handle before. I flew out of the barn loft. One time I flew off the back of a four-wheeler that I was loading on a truck, hit my head really
No,
nice. Yeah.
that's no fun. The Hollies?
Hmm.
Whose favorite was the Hollies? I'm trying to think of a song that they did.
Let me ask.
Lauren says, I don't have a jet anymore.
Uh,
I don't have a jet
what
anymore.
song did the Hollies make popular? Long, Cool Woman.
Long, cool woman in a red dress. I thought it was a red dress, not a black dress.
How about Stop, Stop, Stop? No.
Stop, stop, stop.
He ain't heavy, he's my brother.
He ain't heavy. He's my brother.
That's what it says.
He ain't heavy. He's my
Don't let
brother.
don't let me down on a carousel.
On a carousel. That was definitely 60s.
How about this one? This one was in 74, the year I was born. The day that Curly Billy shot down Crazy Sam McGee.
Okay. I don't think I remember that one.
The name of the song. They made a lot of songs. How many did they have?
The Hollies?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They were very popular in the 60s and 70s. Right up there with the Beatles and the Rolling Stones.
28. They had 28 that they listed right here. Different hit songs.
Yeah, they did a lot of stuff. I used to know them all. Couldn't remember them all now. A few
My
lines here and there, maybe.
Christy says I flew off of a three-wheeler head first and hit a tree. My
Ah!
wife was riding on a three-wheeler with a cousin of hers. Honey, what year would that have happened? She was pretty young.
I don't know. I was at least 12, I think.
And her cousin got too close to a fence and her cousin ducked and my wife caught the barbed
No, I
wires.
was driving.
Oh, she was driving. Now she fesses up. She
I
caught
was
she
driving
caught the
and
barbed
then-
wires of the fence right underneath her chin. Just missed her jugular. How many
Oh,
stitches
my-
do you have, dear?
98.
98 stitches to put her jaw and chin back together.
oh my God.
In South Dakota, where there ain't nothing. So they had to drive
Yeah.
45 minutes or an hour or something like that to a hospital even. She was there visiting her cousins. They didn't even tell her mom about it until she got back home. The stitches were probably about ready to be took out by then. Says she thinks she was 12, something like that.
Wow.
See, I don't just have pickles that'll spice up my life. I run with dangerous women.
You do.
Oh, yes, ma'am. You might get a
I'm
reputation.
back in the saddle again.
You might get a reputation hanging out with me. I run with dangerous women. Ain't
Yep.
been right since. Christy, is your head shaped right? Is that what you're saying? Your head's not shaped right, or it's the stuff inside?
Oh.
My oldest son played football, and he got a really severe concussion in a football game, and nobody had it on tape, mysteriously, even though they were filming from every direction. But one of the other players had to have hit him really, really hard straight on in the front of the helmet or kicked him through the face mask. He didn't really have any marks that showed any of it. But when that happened, Anita and I were sitting up in the stands, and he comes off the field when they switch sides, and he's standing over there. He pulled his helmet off, and the coach had always told him that's a no-no. You keep that helmet on so you're ready to go back in. And Anita said he's not acting right, and we kind of just dismissed it. Well, the next time that they went in and came back off the field, he goes over and sits down on the ground and leans against a post and takes his helmet off. And she's like, I'm going down there. By the time we got down there, one of the assistant coaches had figured out he had a concussion and was giving him all the tests. Well, he was failing pretty miserable. He knew his name and everything, but he had lost like a year or two, and he couldn't remember anything from like just the last couple years, which was
Wow.
really, really weird. And I'd always been told, if they got a concussion, you don't want to let them fall off to sleep because that's bad.
No.
And so we quizzed him, asking him questions. The football game was at Ketchum, Oklahoma, and we decided to go back to Miami to the hospital, about the closest one, and toward home. And so we quizzed him, 30-minute drive from Ketchum to Miami. And what's your favorite
Trying
color?
to keep him awake.
Yeah, just trying to keep him awake, and all he could do is hold his hand over his head and say, "It just hurts really bad right here." And I'd ask him, what's your girlfriend's? I'd ask him, what's your pickup? What model is your pickup? Well, I don't have a pickup. He'd lost
wow.
time, and I said, well, what's your girlfriend's name? And he'd say, Pretty. What's your girlfriend's mom's name? Pretty's mom.
Pretty. Oh, geez.
And so we get to the hospital, and the same doctor that delivered him actually was the one that looked at him in the ER, and they'd done a scan, and he gave him some medication to help him with the pain and everything. But he comes in there, goes telling us, he said, he'll be all right. Don't let him drift off into a real deep sleep. Like if he does fall asleep, wake him up every hour or two and talk to him a little bit, and make him talk to you, or make him get up and walk around a little bit. And I'm sure he's going to be fine. He'll probably be fine tomorrow. So we get in the truck. It's 30 minutes from Miami to home. And we get headed home, and he just instantly falls off to sleep in the truck. He was almost asleep before we could get him in the truck to come home. And we pulled the truck in the garage, and when I pushed the button to shut the door, the garage door noise woke him up. And he looks at me in that truck, and he says, what are we doing here? I thought it was a football game. And he was completely back to normal.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That was a small miracle.
Yeah, I was something. I don't know. But he says that he knows that there was stuff in school that he could not remember, like in their studying and stuff that he thought he should be able to remember, but he couldn't remember. But he done really good all through school. It wasn't like it was affecting his performance or anything. But yeah, we was like, this is no good.
Wow.
It's pretty scary.
Yeah. I bet.
Christy Smith says she ain't got no sense. Christy, you
Uh,
will probably think you are really intelligent if you'll just go back and watch some of my really old videos. You might even think you're completely normal.
Lauren says I was snowmobiling with some friends, and Jim was full throttle when he hit a barbed wire fence.
Mm,
Your
mm.
your mom was spared, but your wife was spared, but Jim was not. Oh, Lauren. Oh, that's sad.
Yep, it can happen. You got to be
I
careful.
know.
So what my dad tells me, he thinks that the day that I cut my thumb off, he'd forgot to tell me to be careful the last time he'd seen me before that. And I'm like, I don't know how
That's
this
good
is your
enough.
fault, Dad. So I mean,
Yeah,
even if I've already shut the door on the house and I'm leaving, I hear him say, "Now you be careful."
yeah.
Hey, I never thought.
Dad, don't blame yourself for that.
I don't think you can get through this life and live it right and not have some scars and bumps and bruises.
Absolutely. Some horror stories.
Lauren's even got a few.
Yeah.
hmm
Mm, yeah.
So I need to get off here. I've enjoyed being on with you guys tonight and you guys in the comments.
Appreciate it.
Um, I took my wife out for supper this evening. We have a little restaurant in the town that I pastor in that she likes, and we go there. We don't go every weekend once, but we try to go some. And there's a couple young, I'd say they're older teenage girls that wait tables in there, and a few of them know us a little bit. And one of them comes over and says, "Hey, you guys doing good tonight?" And we're like, "Yeah, we're doing good." And she says, "What can I get you to drink?" And Anita ordered, what'd you even order? Dr. Pepper?
Yeah.
She's a Dr. Pepper girl. She has to have her Dr. Pepper. It's her blood type. And so she orders a Dr. Pepper. And I look at the little girl and I said, "I would like hydrogen double with oxygen on the rocks." And she knew what I meant. I was amazed.
Good.
So, y'all have a good night, and we will see you next time we see you.
Thanks, Paul.
You bet. And y'all have a
Good
good
night.
night in the chat. We'll see you later.
God bless. That is sad. That is sad, Lauren. Paul is awesome. Thank you, Paul. You're probably still out there for a minute. Anybody else gonna pop up here? Nobody? I still haven't gotten any suggestions of what I should be doing for subject matter. Maybe music trivia? I like to do trivia stuff. Music trivia, Bible trivia, you name it. I like trivia. It's trivial, but it's fun. And I had Wander in the basement for a while, and then I wanted Paul to finish the story that he was telling, and then Wanda left the basement, and I'm guessing that maybe her grandson woke up again and she went to take care of him. But nah. I missed that one. The Mississippi Squirrel Revival. Ray Stevens was crazy. It's crazy. Yes, they do, apparently. Hmm. Are you my friend? It's good to see you. Sound like somebody yelling upstairs. Must be my son watching something on TV. I don't know. Or watching a video. So who's going to be next to pop up here? Come on. Either that or make some kind of suggestion. What the heck subjects I could do discussions about? Anything? Cooking? Ah, you thief! How dare you? You live? Let me see. Be right back, need coffee. That sounds familiar. Let me see. Oops. What am I doing when I could go over here? Oh, the only live I see on is Brenda. I see Lauren and Joel with a little whirligig going around and around and around because their live already ended. And I didn't even shut it down. Oh, and I didn't shut that one down either. I should shut those down. I don't need those open. Hello, everybody. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do that and that and that. How's that? Now you can share your own links. Troy! Okay, where am I going here? Okay, there you are. Okay. Now I need to make that bigger because for some reason that's kind of small. So who's gonna come up and pop up? Coffee sounds good, but man, I would drag chains all night if I drank some. I know the feeling. I have my 2 cups a day, sometimes only 1 cup a day, and I'm good. If I want something warm to drink, I'll have a cup of decaf tea. I know, that's true. It could be of anything. Sports trivia? Yeah. Um, music trivia. Talk about cooking. You're welcome. I figure you've had enough experience doing that stuff that you know what you're doing. I hello, Des. Hello, Ace. Oh, I didn't know she was on. Pickled stuff, huh? Yeah. Paul loves his hot pickles, cooking, music, seeds, Bible. I love Bible trivia, but if I do Bible trivia, I get told that no, that's not what it says. Well, I'm sorry, that's what it says in my Bible. I can't help it if you have a different Bible. So I don't think that one would go over too good with most people unless I decided to use the King James, and I don't want to do that. Someone needs to do a pickling video. You know who a good channel for any kind of canning thing is Sutton Days or oh what's her face? What the heck is her name? Am, how are you? Who has quail eggs? Pickled quail eggs. Ooh, pickled eggs. I like pickled eggs if they're made right, if they're pickled right. I don't like them pickled in just plain white vinegar. That's nasty. I like them. My aunt used to make them in apple cider vinegar, and she used to put some kind of. I can't remember if it was cloves. No, it wasn't cloves. I don't remember what she used for a spice. I think she used a spice. It was kind of a sweet and sour thing, I think. Oh, are you? Oh, we're supposed to be getting some too. They're supposed to be getting a foot on Sunday. I didn't think you guys were going to be getting any down that far. They were saying that New York was probably not going to end up with any snow out of this storm, but wow, 5 to 7. That's a lot. What's the matter? I like pickled stuff. I like I like sweet pickles. Most most people like dill pickles. My husband loves dill pickles. I'm a sweet pickle person. I like bread and butter pickles or sweet gherkins. Yeah, we're gonna be getting a whole foot on Sunday, and we're supposed to be getting like a couple of inches every day until Sunday, and then Sunday we're supposed to get nailed. I don't know. I don't know how true it is. We're kind of on the south side of the state, so hopefully it's gonna go north of us, like most of it's been doing. It's either been going north of us or south of us, and I don't mind that at all. Uh, get a snowblower. My husband has a snowblower, and he loves to go out there and play in the snow, pushing the snowblower around. He's 78 years old. He goes out there snowblowing. Hello, Chris. Welcome back. I'm all alone. Yeah, I'm kind of on the south side of Massachusetts, if you can call that south. It's not really south south, but it's the south side of Massachusetts. Most of the snow is on the north side up towards New Hampshire and Vermont border. Arkansas is bipolar weather. Snow one day, wear shorts the next. I kind of get that feeling because when Lauren starts talking about the weather, it's like one day it's in the 70s, the next day it's snowing. It's like what? I'm hoping somebody will pop up here. Come on, Em. Come on, Chris. Christie, Central Arkansas here. Howdy, where are you? I didn't know you were in Arkansas, Ace. It's my left foot. Wasn't that a movie or something? Yeah, I don't think I ever saw it, but I remember hearing about it. Southwest Arkansas. So that's probably a little bit more in the warmish zone. 78 and snow plowing. I'm going to have to do that. Okay, let me see. Go to channel. Subscribe. Hit the bell. Hey, I like that. Uh, okay. Where is my chat window? There it is. Okay, I subbed. Holding my clothes. You're always doing something, Em. No, I haven't seen her take out the trash, but she hasn't been here very long, so you know, or taking out the dog. But she's got snow going on, so I can't blame her. Uh, let's see. Um, oops. I suppose I should have. Okay. Did everybody get the hint? I'll check out Chrissy's channel. A woodpecker video. Oh, we have woodpeckers. They're small ones, thank God. They tend to like to land on the corners of the house and peck away at the wood, trying to. Hey, look at what we have here.
Man,
Oh,
Lord
I
have
didn't think
mercy.
you'd ever show up.
Well, I went to get coffee, and at the same time, I said, I haven't eaten. I'll make a quick sandwich. And so I was eating a sandwich.
I
And I didn't
see.
want to be sitting here like eating while but I was also trying to be respectful and allow others to come upon your channel, and visit and all that instead of, old faithful here.
I know, but the only one that ever came up all night was Paul,
what?
and then Wanda was going to come up, and Paul was in the middle of telling me a story about his church and what they were doing and stuff, and I wanted him to be able to finish that without interrupting with bringing Wanda up, and then
Paul,
Wanda disappeared. I think she probably ended up with her grandson waking up or something. So I
he
don't
wouldn't have
know.
mind. I mean, he wouldn't have cared. I lost it. There it
But
is.
oh, Emma already took the dog out. Apparently, she didn't let anybody know.
Well, did she take the trash out asking for a friend? Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
oh, that's cool. I'll have to watch that later, Christy.
Uh-oh.
She was filming a woodpecker because he was so close to her, and the branch broke. That'll learn them to poke holes in the branch and then fall off.
What's going on, Tiffany? Tammy?
Yeah, we have a tree in our backyard that's just the top of it broke off
KK.
years ago, and there's nothing but holes all over it between the woodpeckers and the flickers and all the other birds that the nuthatches that go around digging for bugs in the wood.
Now, all right. So how come I cannot on the comments? Usually I can put there's a comment. I can type a comment on this, but I see the comments, but I can't comment. I have to go to the YouTube
Hold
side.
on, you want me to put the overlay on?
Well, no,
Is
I've
that
got
better?
them right. I've got it over here. I've got it. I can see the comments. But it's like, see, need help. Oh yeah, all I can get. Let's see, generate stream to. No, I don't want to stream to any of that. I want to. Oh Lord, close.
Do you
But-
have the private chat up, or do you have
No, private chat is over there.
Okay.
Or wait a minute,
But isn't there two tabs? The one that says chat, one that says private chat, and one that says comments?
No, it's not there. The private chat is. It's below you. I can't
Okay.
get my camera to do the mirror thing, which is strange. Yeah, that's strange. It won't let me. Just gives me True Vision HD.
Are you on your laptop?
Yes, ma'am. See, here's the phone.
Try doing a control minus sign on the number pad.
Control.
Push the control button, CRTL,
Right. And all it
and
did.
then the minus.
Yeah, I did it at the same time, and all it did was minimize the.
Yeah, but it didn't show the
Oh,
it didn't show the buttons on the bottom.
Let me go plus again so I can read these. But anyway, but no, ma'am, it didn't.
That's weird.
Here, hang on. Let me. Well, no, it only show it in YouTube on the phone. Yeah, they only do YouTube. So let me bop over here. So yeah, that was the whole reason why I was staying on. I was, like I said, I was trying to be considerate and let others come up, or new people or whatever. And
I couldn't get anybody to come up.
well,
They're all chicken.
I ain't scared. You know that.
I figured that.
Good night, Amy.
You're going to bed, Amy. Good night, Amy.
Send me that address.
Thanks for coming up.
All I know is that I'm not going to stay up as late as I did last night.
Oh God, no.
After I got off of yours. I went in there and it was like, ding, I'm wide awake. Hello.
Oh
I
no.
listening to all my music and all that jazz. Looked at the clock and it was like 5:30.
I went to bed at 4. I didn't wake up until 1:30.
No, not me. I wish. What, you want out now?
I could not believe it was that late. I haven't slept that late in years.
So trying to think how I can. Oh, it was over here on Facebook. That's what it was. It's okay. What? I don't have any more food, baby girl. I've shared with you. You even got an extra hot dog. Yeah, you did. It's coffee. See? Look, it's coffee. Okay. I don't have anything else. No, I don't. Do you need to go potty? Well, then go. You don't need to go potty. I'm telling you, trying to figure out a girl dog is like trying to figure out the winning lottery numbers.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that on a female dog, you never go, what would you like for dinner? Well, gee, I don't know. Well, what do you want? No one have to. It's like, you've got food. I'll have whatever you're having.
Yeah.
Faith, look, you're acting like I've got food. I don't, baby girl. Really. And if I did, I always share with you anyway. Yes.
And you already had a hot dog.
Oh, it's like, I bought extra hot dogs. I bought 24 packs of 8 count of hot dogs within the last 3 weeks because I have to schedule everything for a month. So whatever, the first of the month to the end of the month until everything is, the Social Security comes in. And so I have to schedule that. So I have to see how many weeks there is. And, this one here, she can go through a pack of hot dogs in a day.
You when you buy a bunch of hot dogs ahead of time, do you keep them in the freezer?
I did, but as many as, like I said, pretty much she's going through them a pack a day, and so with that, trying to get them, it's like I had them in the freezer, but then it was like I'd have to get them to thaw out, and I'd run out of the ones that were thawed, and it's yeah. No, I didn't notice that, Em, that you asked about me. I'm sorry, I was busy getting coffee and a sandwich and giving my dog another hot dog.
A dog eating a dog. It's a dog eat dog world.
Yeah. What was it? What was that one song? It's a mad, mad world.
It's a mad, 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 mad world. It's a movie.
Yes. And if I remember,
That was a crazy movie.
It wasn't a comedy movie.
Oh yeah.
Where they were looking for the big X, and it was 2 palm trees that were, or something. Was that the one?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that part. Yeah.
And wasn't there? Oh God, what was his name? He was a famous actor that was like a detective or something. He was retiring, and it was hilarious because there was like a fire. It was like in Big Manhattan or something like that, and they had I remember a fire truck. Yeah, it was a mad, mad world. They had a fire truck, a ladder that was stuck up high, and they were trying to rescue people. And two of the characters or actors got on the ladder at the same time, which it wouldn't hold or support 2 people at a time. And it started doing this and swinging around and all of this. And then it finally, fell over. And when it did, it launched them. And then, next thing you see is everybody of all the people that were trying to get the money in the hospital.
That was definitely a mad, 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 mad world because it was an insane story.
Yes, ma'am.
And-
Excuse me. Let me go let her out.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Now you want to go out. Okay. Come on. Now we go.
So it wasn't food she was looking for. She wanted to go. It's like, I need to go, Dad.
Let's see. Pull up the rear camera so I can see when she comes up to the door.
Milton Berle, you mean?
Milton Berle.
Ace said Milton Berle. Milton, she said Milton
Well,
Berle.
Milton Berle was in on that movie. Let's see.
I'm good.
It's a mad world cast. Let's see. Spencer Tracy. That's who it was.
Yes.
Spencer Tracy was that. And Milton Berle was in it.
Yep. There was a lot of famous people in that movie.
Sid Caesar was in it.
Yes.
Buddy Hackett, Phil Silvers, Ethel Merman,
Yep.
Mickey Rooney. He was one of the ones, if I remember right, that was stuck up on the, or got in a plane or something. Dick Shaw, he was the young, muscle, California-looking dude.
Yeah. I know. I remember Dick Shawn.
Jonathan Winters.
Oh, God.
Terry Thomas.
Oh, geez, yes.
Oh, here's a classic. There's two classics. Buster Keaton. And
there were so many famous people in that movie.
there was Jimmy Durante.
Yeah.
You know, the
The
old nose.
Schnoz.
And there was Edie Adams.
Edie Adams, the
Peter
singer.
Falk was the taxi driver.
Pete who?
And he was one of the taxi drivers.
Who was what was his name?
Peter Falk.
Peter Falk. Columbo.
And then there was Eddie Anderson was the second cab driver. He was the black gentleman.
Eddie Anderson.
And then there was a woman, Barry Chase. And that was Dick Shaw's girlfriend, is who that was. And then there was Jerry Lewis. And there was Arnold Stang.
Arnold Stang.
He was the one that had that voice that you could never forget.
Yeah.
Carl Reiner was in it.
Oh, wow. The old man, not the kid. Not the junior.
No, the Carl Reiner Sr., I guess.
The comedian.
Dorothy Provine.
Spell that.
Zazu
Pitch. Zazu Pitch?
Yes. She was Gertie in the movie. Charles, my gosh, the list just goes on and on. And
I know.
Bob Hope was in there, just to name some of the highlights, because there were so many. But Larry Fine was in the movie.
He's one of the Three Stooges.
Yep. And then there was Joe Dorita. I don't know if
that doesn't sound familiar.
There was.
I'd have to see his face, probably.
Well, that doesn't do any good. Who else is famous? Sterling Holloway.
Oh yeah. The high squeaky voice.
Norman Fell. Norman Fell played on the Three's Company as the landlord or whatever. Let me go see if she's there. Don Knotts there.
Don Knotts. Barney Fife. And The Incredible Mr. Limpet. Who remembers that movie?
And the shakiest gun in the West.
Oh,
Remember that?
yes.
Yep. Yep. The shake. No, I don't. Yeah. Just you're not getting a hot dog. You'll have to wait.
The Incredible Mr. Limpet. Did you ever see that movie?
Oh yeah, I loved it. Bong. Bong.
Ah,
Yeah.
yep.
yeah. I'm sorry for those who were about to fall asleep and I just made that noise and you're like, what? Look, Faith,
Oh my God.
it's time for dessert. I had some dinner, so I'm going to have dessert. Barry Chase is the only one alive now. Well, I'm
Barry
getting.
Chase.
What is he doing awake? I'm getting notifications that I'm getting comments on something and from Trey, so I don't know if he's in the chat or if he's just doing comments on my thing, so I don't know.
The movie is it's a mad, 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 mad world. It's got a who's who in Hollywood cast. Yeah. It's a mad, 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 mad world. Full mads. Jimmy. Yeah. The schnoz.
It could have been a contender.
Oh, that's
Come on.
I can't think. I can picture him, but I can't think of his name.
Come on.
I know who it is. Dang it. On the Waterfront, The Godfather. Oh. Remember that? Screaming out, standing outside the window. Stop. What the heck is his name? Why do I always have a hard time thinking of his name?
Oh, I don't need that.
All right, I need some help from somebody out there in the chat.
Oh, you're going to phone a friend?
Who played the Godfather? Oh my God. Hello, brain. Marlon Brando, thank you.
I was going to say, does this give you a hint?
Yeah, seeing him isn't going to help me. I can't see him in my head. I just couldn't think of his stupid name.
And who else played in that Godfather? Al
Pacino.
Yeah.
I never saw I could not watch it. I saw parts of it and I could not watch it.
Well, I saw the
I couldn't watch any of them.
I saw the part where the horse was found.
Yeah, that was enough to turn me off.
I would never watch it in its entirety. I would never. Yeah, never. No.
I couldn't do it.
Because
couldn't do it.
I love horses, and
me too.
I had a horse. I've actually owned horses. I've managed horses, and all this. And it's like, no.
Yeah, I could not do it.
That would be like if somebody killed Flipper. I love dogs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So
I couldn't.
yeah.
That was my main problem. Plus the fact that, I mean, they were killing people, and it was like no remorse, nothing.
Well,
Mr. Ed.
I know that the group, the M word, and then it has a Thea.
The mob.
Well, that just was, or the Mafia. But anyway, but yeah, it's like, so, that's like, that's, technically how things were ran back in the day,
Oh, I know.
of Mr. Ed.
A horse is a horse, of course, of course.
One of my
And
favorites
no
was
one can
my
talk to a
favorite
horse, of
Martian.
course. Huh?
One of mine was my favorite Martian.
Oh my God, yes. Bill
So,
Bixby.
who,
And I can't think of who
who,
was the
what did,
Martian.
what did Bill
What is his
Bixby
name?
become later on in his movie career?
The Hulk.
Yeah.
I know.
I just wanted to see if I could catch you.
Yeah. And
Oh, Robert
was he
Duvall. I
the
love the smell
courtship
of
of?
napalm in the morning.
Yeah. I love the
Yeah.
smell of napalm in the morning.
What movie was that from?
Good Morning Vietnam.
Nope. Nope.
No.
That was not Good Morning Vietnam.
Oh.
Charlie Sheen's
Did
father
you,
was in it.
was it
Marlon Brando was also in that movie.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning. What the heck?
And the song in the music that they played at one point in time was what is it called? The theme or something about Valkyries. Da 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 da. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
I can't obviously
Yeah,
play it.
I know what the song. I know the song that you're talking about. Da, 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 da. Yeah.
So,
Apocalypse Now. That's it.
who helped you? Oh, Christy, of
Yeah,
course.
Christy.
I mean, Robert Duvall has played in a lot of great. Lonesome Dove. One of his.
I never saw that either.
Oh, it's good. Whew. That was good.
Shelley Duvall? Who's Shelley Duvall? Is that his daughter or something?
You don't know who Shelley Duvall is?
No.
What? Okay.
Nope.
I know.
I probably would recognize the face, but not the name. There were a lot of anything made after the 80s, after the 70s. Yeah, I watched very little movies or anything like that after that because
Well,
that's when I had kids and I was a little busy
she
and
passed
we didn't
away.
have the money to go to the movies and stuff.
She passed away in 2024 at 75 years young from diabetes and all that. And yes, her father was Robert Duvall.
Really?
Yes. Here you go. Let's see if I can figure out how this is.
Oh yeah.
She
Oh,
was
I remember her.
she was a petite thing. Always, real thin and all that. And I don't
And
think
she was older than me? Wow.
So, but yeah, that's who Shelley Duvall was. She played as with Robin, I think Robin Williams in the movie Popeye. She was oh God,
Olive oil?
Olive Oil, if I remember right.
Who is the Great Gazoo?
Oh, come on. I know this. I know this.
Yeah, that sounds familiar, but I can't think of what the heck. M said Shelley Duvall was in The Incredible Shrinking Woman. I don't think I ever saw that either.
The
The Great
Flintstones.
Gazoo.
The Flintstones. He was the Martian. The Great Gazoo was the Martian on the Flintstones. And Picked was sitting there always palling around with Barney and Fred.
I don't remember that.
He was he blue or green? I think when he was either blue or green color. I'm waiting for her to confirm that.
Christy says she has a ridiculous collection of Robert Duvall.
Well, Ace, am I right? Or am I wrong? Oh, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, why is my camera still doing that?
I don't
I
know.
turned off
I don't know.
I turned off the thing that is tracking, that keeps your face in frame.
Really?
Yeah. And
It's
for
been
some
doing it?
reason, it's still tracking me.
Yeah, it's been doing it.
I don't
all
know.
night.
Maybe I created this before I did that, so
No,
it kept.
he was green. Okay. God, that took me back to Yabba Dabba Doo days.
Yabba dabba doo days.
I always wanted
The
to.
Flintstones.
I watched the Jetsons, the cartoon, and I was always so jealous because of the fact that if he would pull up behind somebody in his little space shuttle thing, and and somebody was like in front of him, wasn't moving, he just grabbed a little microphone and said, "Hello,"
Could you pull over?
And
It's like, why don't you just fly up and around him?
what did Lynn join in? Because there she is. Hi, Lynn. I'm sorry.
Hello, Lynn. How are you?
Come on and join in. If you join in, then I can get out and let y'all have a good a time at it.
Well, there's room for more. All I gotta do is switch to the other view, and we can have 6 people up here.
Well, I would prefer it if you'd minimize me.
Oh, that's not it.
That's perfect. That's great. Do it right there. Oh, Lord. Okay, so who sang the song I Found My Thrill?
I found my thrill on Blueberry Hill.
And if you guess Opie, you get a half a point.
It's Fats.
Yes, but if you remember, on Happy Days, Opie,
Oh, yeah.
who wasn't Opie anymore, but he was Richie Cunningham.
Richie Cunningham.
Is saying, "I found my thrill," and that was his.
Yep.
Yeah.
True. I'm glad you're doing well, Lynn. Chris, please don't go.
What? Who? What? When? What?
Em said, Chris, please don't go.
Well, I'd go
Because
back.
you said you were going to leave and let somebody else come up.
Well, yeah, but I'd go back in the chat.
I know, but
until, you know, a
And
certain
then she'll be all alone again.
oh Lord have mercy. No, I'm saying if Miss Lynn wanted to come up and get on panel, then I would bounce out and I would go back in the chat.
I don't think I've ever seen Lynn get up on a panel anywhere.
Well, there's always a first time. If I can do it, anybody.
Anybody can do it. I know. But
Trust
some
me.
people just don't want to be seen.
It's
I
like,
know. It took me a long time to get up the nerve to do it
oh
because
well.
I didn't want anybody looking at me.
No, the funny story is that when I worked in Southeast Texas at the sheriff's department down there,
Oh my God.
I used to write press releases for the sheriff, and I used to do the back in the days they used to have Crime Stoppers of the week in the news on a particular news station, and they would come out and they'd film you, and you know you would do the wherever you were doing it at, and you know, for the Crime Stoppers that we needed help with or something. So I did that, and then there was also McGruff, the crime fighting dog.
Yeah.
I was McGruff,
Ah, cool.
and so, but yeah, it's in Southeast Texas. We're talking humidity. We're talking
my God.
hot, and that suit was woo. I would get out of that suit, and I was like soaked.
Drenched, yeah.
You know, but anyhow, so I'm not bashful as far as being on TV or whatever. You know, it's just that I try to be respectful and allow others to partake of this wonderful time with this great, wonderful person. Yeah, no, it's just which one? That one? Yeah,
Oh,
this-
yeah.
that person over there.
That's a wonderful person.
And you know,
M's going to come up. She's getting a cup of tea and a brownie.
a special brownie.
Oh my God.
Asking for a
That
friend.
brings back memories. Oh, man.
Well, that's like, I think I told you that story when I was 17 and I was in the military on my first duty station, and we would get ready to go out to sea, and all the girlfriends were coming up with brownies to give to their boyfriends and all this, and I was like, you know, that's really nice, real supportive. That's great that they do something like this. And then it was like I learned later on about those special brownies.
Special brownies. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I know I got roped into that one night.
Well, I didn't.
It's like-
That's one thing I can honestly say that I have never indulged in any of that. My first and one and only music concert that I went to, which was Foreigner, in their album.
Contact High.
Foreigner was the Double Vision album. Cheap Trick was a no-name band that was their opener. And I was at the Fort Worth Coliseum for that concert with a friend of mine, a schoolmate, and all this, and who invited me and all that. And so I went, and never been to a concert, never experienced anything like that. And there was all this smoke that was down in front of us. And then all of a sudden you see somebody come up with, you know, this, you know, big, huge thing that was white in color. And it was very large, you know, and, you know, for my, you know, I'm guessing it was at least a foot long. I was up
A
in,
gigantic cigar.
and so they lit it. And oh my God, the smell and the stink, and so I leaned over to my buddy Scott and I said, Scott, what is that down there? Because it stinks and it's making me, you know, choke. He goes, "You don't know what that is?" I said, "No, that's why I'm asking." He goes, "Dude, that's marijuana. That's a party joint." And I said, "Well, why doesn't that Fort Worth cop down there right by him do something about it?
Because he's probably going to be toking on it.
Because it stinks." So
Yeah.
that was my one and only. Other than I went to a country western one, which was Garth Brooks, back when Garth Brooks was Garth Brooks, and
Yeah, I remember going to see. It wasn't. He wasn't the main. He was doing. He was doing a concert with somebody else. I don't remember if it was Kenny Rogers or if it was the. Oh, what did they call themselves? Oh, Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash,
the
Chris
Highwayman,
Christopherson,
the Highwayman.
Highwaymen. I loved that concert. Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, don't
They
you
were
know that
great.
there was party joints going on there with them
Oh
guys?
yeah. What with Willie? You kidding me? And oh, what the heck's his name? Waylon.
Willie and Waylon.
Willie and Waylon.
Yep, I like them.
Yeah.
Good old boys, never meaning no harm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that from that TV show.
Yeah. The Dukes. The Dukes. Them Dukes. Them Dukes.
Oh God, there was Bo and Luke? Yeah,
Bo and Luke Duke. And hot pants.
Oh no. That was Daisy.
Yeah. She was a daisy, all right.
Well, yeah, I want you to want me. Yeah. And,
Cheap trick.
Yep.
I do remember that song. Well, sort of.
Did you ever hear? And it's an '80s, so I don't know if you did or not.
Maybe not.
The group was called Devo, Devo.
Rip it good.
Yeah. When
Yeah, I think that's the only song I ever.
Well, I think that was their one and only that they made.
Yeah, one hit wonder.
Yep. And remember on Saturdays back in the days when to find out if your song was like in the top 100 or whatever he did when what was it? Dick? No, it wasn't Dick.
Casey Kasem.
Casey Kasem, yes. Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I wanted to say
Used
Dick
to listen
Clark,
to him every Saturday.
but did Dick Clark ever age?
Yeah.
Every
No.
time you saw him, it looked like he was the same. It's like, dude, you know, how old are you? And you're like, you look like you're the same age as you were 20 years ago.
I know. And another one that did the top 20 for a while was Wolfman Jack.
They call me the Wolf Man.
Well, that's all there is.
Yep. Wolfman Jack.
Yep.
Wow. That
Yep.
brings me back a few years.
I was going to say, do you remember the Wolf Man? But you beat me to it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? When my husband and I were first married and we used to work second shift, both of us in a factory. And we'd get out at 11 o'clock. he'd come and pick me up. He was in one town and I was in another town, and he'd have to drive to come and pick me up. He'd come on, it would take him 15 or 20 minutes to get across Worcester to pick me up,
Did you say
and we'd
Worcester?
go fishing.
I didn't, do it,
Seriously.
I didn't do it tonight. I had to do it just to get your attention.
What?
Worcestershire.
Worcester. Anyway, we used to go fishing, and we'd listen to late night radio.
Yeah.
And guess who we listened to?
Wolfman.
No, besides Wolfman. We used to listen to Wolfman, but late night radio,
Okay.
coast to coast.
Okay. Who?
Now I can't think of his name. Oh my God. Coast to Coast, the show. Now it's George Norrie.
I
can
mean, I
think
know
of his
Casey
name.
Kasem was coast to coast. He was national.
No, I'm talking about the name of the show was Coast to Coast.
Oh. Faith, what are you sitting like that for, baby girl? All right, you're breathing. M's not in your basement, is she? Just
I don't see anybody in the basement. It's
I
just
did-
you
I
and
didn't-
me.
came back yet or not, and I didn't know.
Coast to Coast, 80s.
I remember when MTV first came out.
A British band, Coast to Coast. When who did? I can't brain and
And this was in the 80s?
yeah. 70s, 80s. Ah, come on, brain. I can't even. Damn it.
Well, there's Casey Kasem. There's Ken Bruce, Jane Garvey, Amanda Keller. He was a guy, right?
It was a guy.
Well, it wasn't the Larry the Cable Guy. Jimmy Vine, Bob Grant, Chris Morris. Is this the late night? No, it says radio.
It wasn't a music show. It was a spooky show.
Peter Tong, Michael Jackson. No, not that one. Larry King. Art Bell.
Art Bell.
He was number
I
82.
used to listen to Art Bell all the time.
Art Bell, it was number 82 in the top 100 coast to coast radio host.
He used to transmit from Podunk,
Oklahoma.
Arizona or something.
No, there's only Podunk, Oklahoma. There's yeah, VH1. It was all right, you know. But I mean, back in the day when MTV and all that and VH1 were really playing the music videos, and then now MTV is totally. I will not watch MTV now. There's no way. Just like I won't watch SNL anymore
No,
or Saturday Night.
no.
For those that don't know,
Yeah, Saturday Night Live. That's
Someone else.
just drunk now. Yeah. Art Bell used to talk about UFOs and all that kind of stuff and abductions,
yes, he
you
does.
name it.
John
Oh,
Snyder
crap.
does.
I am an idiot because I went searching on the.
Did you see Lynn's question for you, Miss Lori? How long
No,
have
I
you
didn't.
all been married?
How long have
You.
I been married? Um, my husband and I have been married for 53 years. It's going to be 54 in May.
I am waiting for that.
It's been a while. There it is. Okay.
Was
Now I
ist
got
los?
my chat back.
Okay,
Yeah,
Lori.
we've been married for 53 years and we've been together for 55.
I
Because
can't drive 55.
we dated for I can't drive 55.
Who sings that?
We dated for 2 years before we got married.
You remember who sings I Can't Drive 55?
No. I cannot remember.
You cannot
I don't
remember.
even know if I ever heard of it.
Probably not. It was an 80s thing. Lori has a new stream. Cool.
I do.
I don't know. The only stream I see is the one I'm on.
Yeah.
Is that what you're referring to, him?
Hagar. I missed a lot of chat while I was searching for stupid Art
That's the
Bell.
reason why I was sitting there reading the chat for you, and because
Okay. I don't know. What do you mean, Em? Laurie has a new stream.
Yes, Christy, you're correct. Sammy Hagar was the one that's saying I can't drive 55.
Oh, that's what Hagar meant. Okay.
I knew.
I didn't know. I never heard of a Hagar. The only Hagar I knew was Hagar the Horrible, the cartoon, the newspaper cartoon.
Yeah. What
Hagar the Horrible.
Oh man, I can't think of the newspaper cartoon characters. I mean, the old ones. Hi, Arlene.
Blondie. Dagwood and Blondie.
Yeah. Hi, Arlene.
Hi, Arlene.
There you go. See, I got your back.
I saw her pop in.
I had to get her attention, Arlene. She was busy looking at all of her computer monitors. She's got like 6 of them in front of her.
I have 2.
See?
I have my laptop right there that has my camera on it. And then over here, I have my chat on my big monitor, which I wish I could get the picture over there because it would be a lot easier to see, but then I'd be looking over there instead of over here.
Well,
Yeah.
ask her how many tabs she has open. And I'm not referring to the drink.
I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that one,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and 1 on this one.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That one over here, one of those over here is that one. So yeah, because I took it off of there and put it over there.
All right. So what is this Restream.io? I've received 100 messages today with Restream chat. Do you see it?
No.
It's in the chat. Okay, so who is in the basement?
Oh, now there's somebody in the basement. I
that
see you
it?
over there.
Is that M?
It is.
Okay.
Hello.
I'm not used to the name Buglet. I'm used to
I
M.
know. That's my nickname. So in case like down the road.
M?
Yeah.
I got something for you.
I'll take it right off. Be right there. I'll be right there.
What was that?
A trash can.
Oh,
Over in about 3 hours. Oh, longer than that. How long?
Just stick out your thumb,
Oh my god. Our nearest airport's like 30 minutes, so
Oh no, and at the Dallas Fort Worth International Airport, you best be there an hour
oh.
because the fact that you get to go through TSA and all that jazz. Oh my Lord.
I know. That's
They got the little lines that, go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, yeah.
JFK.
another reason that I'd never want to fly.
Well, I
Oh,
mean, the
no.
thing, I loved about it is that, yeah, you had to be there an hour and then your flight would get there, and then you would fly. I would fly down to Cozumel, Mexico. And in Cozumel, Mexico, they brought the stairs up to you and you'd walk down the stairs and, it was like the old ways that they used to do things instead of the little catwalks that come out and go up against the plane, and they open the door.
Oh yeah, you walk across the bridge like
and all that jazz.
Yeah, I don't really know much about airports or
My pleasure,
stuff like that.
Arlene.
So, Lori, so what is this? Your new stream, the stream link? What is that about? That I was reading. It says studio.restream.io.
Oh,
Restream is the program that we use to go live
look up above
on
her
YouTube.
picture, and you'll see the word Restream. It's like
Yeah, up in the
StreamYard,
corner.
but it's different.
So, wait, say it again. How is it different?
Well, some people like Restream.
Right.
People like me who are slow and don't know things because they got a third grade education. Well, I like StreamYard because Restream is for them technological geek people like that
Hi, Arlene.
that person.
So you were
I think Restream is a lot simpler than Restream,
Well,
than StreamYard.
I'm sorry, but I believe in the acronym KISS. Keep it.
Keep it simple, stupid.
And now you know the rest of the story, right, Christy?
Oh
Where did that line come from?
my god.
Paul Harvey.
Oh my god. Lynn,
Every day at noon.
I'm not in Texas. well, you probably tell from my accent, not nowhere near Texas
He's a
whatsoever.
Yank.
I'm a Yankee. No, but
She's
actually,
she's from New York.
you want to get technical.
We lost you. Your
I-
voice went
Yeah.
out.
Oh no, saying I'm not a Yankee, as they say for the New Yorkers. I'm. How do you quote? I parked my car in the garage.
She's from Jersey.
I mean, no, not Jersey.
No, she's not a Jersey. She's from Long Island.
Right, New England. We like our lobsters.
Long Island. Oh no, she's from up here originally.
But yeah, like Maine. I told you we park.
Way up there.
Right,
The
way
park the car was always Jersey.
No, the park. That's the way they say it. Like we park our car.
Park the car.
Ah,
But Miss Lori,
Park the car in the garage.
if you look at Christy's comment, she said Paul Harvey, and that's why I said, and now you know the rest of the story is because she said Paul Harvey.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
Hey, I'm on it.
I love Paul Harvey. Paul Harvey always had some wise little story to tell.
You
And
know
he
who-
always ended with, now you know the rest of the story.
You know who
Because
we're-
he'd give part of the story at the beginning of the news, then they'd do the news, and then at the end of the news, he'd do the rest of the story.
and you know who who reminds me of Paul Harvey?
Who?
He was on your panel earlier tonight. Paul Case.
Paul? Really?
Well, I've got a story.
That's true. That's true.
He doesn't say now you know the rest of the story, but
But he does
he does give
tell
a story,
stories.
and then boom,
He's a
gone.
storyteller.
Yeah.
Very true.
Ace and
Asked who said what.
Ace asked who
Sounds like
said that,
Boston.
which was
it sounds Boston, right? But it's Maine also. They talk like that. They both talk the same.
New England, period.
New England, right? It's New England for sure.
I wonder how many
Yeah.
state of New England you could fit in Texas, or even Maine. You know,
Well, Maine is
You'd
pretty
have to-
big, believe it or not. Maine
Yeah,
is
Maine is huge.
right. No,
It is.
really-
it's not as big
Agreed.
as
And there's a
Ag-
lot of nothingness, a lot of, nothing for miles
Agreed,
and
no.
miles and miles, except
agreed.
moose and deer.
Deer,
and
yeah. I'm telling you, we
woods.
eat deer. Well, no offense, we eat deer.
you
Sorry,
killed
lobster.
Bambi.
Oh, God.
Bambi tastes
It
good.
does. No. Mm. Oh, my
Oh,
God.
I can eat
Oh.
a mess of deer jerky.
Oh, gotta try it. I've never had that actually.
Oh,
Really? I have not.
pepper deer jerky is the best.
I gotta
It's
try
I've never
almost-
had moose.
It's almost as good as bacon.
Oh, wait. Huh. Okay.
Deer jerky's number one, and then bacon.
Wasn't Jerry on your live stream tonight? Jerry who?
Jerry Mathers,
Jerry?
the beaver.
Jerry.
No, MTV
Jerry
was horrible
Butler?
in the past. Oh my. Whoever said that, I agree. About MTV, it was pretty bad in the past. Who was that? Christy.
Oh,
In the
MTV. Ugh,
Yeah.
At
I
the
couldn't
beginning, it
stand
was
that
great.
thing.
MTV was great
For
in
a while, for like a little bit.
Oh no!
No, it's
I used to come home from Israel, and then go to Bell's because Bell's was like Kohl's or whatever back in the day. I would buy a suitcase, the biggest one they had. Go down to the nearest place I could find cassette tapes. I would buy all the top 100 cassette tapes. I
Oh my
would
God.
fill that suitcase full of cassette tapes, go back to Israel, and then I would sell it, sell the tapes to my friends because all we had was oh my gosh.
No, Lynn.
We didn't have, I mean, Israel back in those days, it was all the disco music and all that. And it was like,
Mhm.
but all the top 100 hits, Lionel Richie, all back in the 80s and all them stuff. We couldn't get any of that. And what was there was a ship in a part out off of Tel Aviv. And oh my gosh, not Good Morning America, but it was, oh, now I got to look it up.
Like Good Morning America?
No, there was a ship that it was something America, and they would play English version because if you didn't know Hebrew, you were kind of
Lynn, Jerry Butler wasn't on my live.
Butler Family Farm is what she was saying.
Yeah, Jerry Butler. She was asking if Jerry Butler was on my live.
Mm.
I don't think so. I don't even remember seeing his name in the chat.
What do you?
Mickey from Critter Creek was on.
Oh, now that it's gone. Sorry. Arlene wanted to know what I was snacking on.
What are you snacking on? Brownie?
I don't want
I
that.
love brownies.
What kind of brownies? Ask a friend.
Oh, yes. Letter from God. Yes. That is absolutely phenomenal. Everybody look that up. Paul Harvey, A Letter from God.
I like the Paul Harvey one about the police officer, or the one he talks about the farmer.
Yeah.
Or about a dog.
I think that's part of the letter from God.
He's talking about the dog is, a dog is something, an angel without wings. Or,
Yeah. He was awesome. I'm telling you, he had some wisdom in his stories that was unbelievable.
Oh my God. As much as I know about Israel, I cannot think. I don't know, wasn't the Voice of Peace, Voice of America, maybe? No.
But how big was this ship, Chris?
Oh, the Voice of America, that was a thing back in the 70s, 80s.
Well, this was back in the 80s, and it was right off the.
Voice of America, I think that wasn't that I'm thinking a ham, not a ham. Was it a ham channel? A ham thing? Radio thing? No, I was thinking Radio Free Europe. That was a ham thing. Voice of America. I do remember that. That was some kind of
says the Voice of Peace, the VOA, was an offshore radio station that broadcast in the Middle East in the 1980s. The station was anchored off the coast of Israel and called for peace between Israeli and Palestine. But, I remembered it as the Voice of America. So.
Let's see.
Tune in, retrieval of Israeli hostages, taste freedom after 491 days in captivity. Wait, did I miss Trey?
I never saw Trey's name anywhere in the chat.
You know what? Neither do I. I don't even see it. And I'm looking.
Well, I just see Trey. Were you in the military? Lynn from Lynn the Okie Dokie was asking, and I was just like, wait a minute, did I miss Trey? Because how could I miss Trey?
Yeah, I don't.
Was he on before I came on?
No.
No. Oh,
Letter from God.
he was there when he said goodnight to Amy.
Trey was?
Oh no, that's Troy. My bad. Excuse me.
Troy. Oh, okay.
Excuse
But
me.
I
Sorry.
thought she put Trey.
Oh, it's I see a Troy.
No, she put Trey. So maybe she. How do I know so much about Israel? Because I live there,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if you can see it, but there.
Oh wow, that is really nice.
And if you can see
Nice.
up here, I've got a. If I went and did this and did that, now everything's blue.
Yeah.
See if I can turn this. I don't know if I got enough.
How did you do that? How did you make it? That is really cool.
Because of that that LED light, which is the Star of David.
No, I mean but you have a blue light. I'm
It's
saying.
blue. It shines blue light.
Oh, nice.
Because yes, which I surprised everybody when I said I was moving back to Oklahoma, because everybody who knows me from my previous employer and all that always heard me talk about Israel and how much I love Israel and all that. And if I couldn't live in the United States, I'd be going back to Israel. So, but yeah, but I lived there from back in the early 80s. I was a firefighter.
Yeah, I think Lynn made a typo when she said that.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think she meant Troy. Oh, come on.
Where are we going?
I know. What are you doing, Lori?
What?
She's telling the captain or the pilot of her Lear jet to get it ready because yeah, and to file a flight plan. Can you imagine flying from up there where Miss Lori is all the way over to Tel Aviv, Israel? That's a long.
No,
You know what?
that's a long way.
Enough for me. That was far enough for me going to the Philippines.
I've never been to the Philippines or to Thailand.
Oh.
No, I've never been. The only place I've been out of the United States is when we went to Canada, to Quebec, to bring
Love Canada.
Jerry's mom up there to visit her family
Yeah.
Well, I've been to
back
Israel.
in the 70s.
Let's see, Israel, Egypt,
Me too.
London.
Been to Egypt. Haven't been to London yet.
Yeah, I will not ever go back to Egypt. No. I'll never go back to Paris, France either. I've been to Paris.
I would go back in a minute. Are you kidding?
I used to always want to go to Paris and London, but now
Paris. Now I have to go to London. Wait, why not?
Because when I went to London, living in Israel,
okay,
I had a Israeli girlfriend.
Right.
And her mother was Israeli. Her father was French.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and he had and her parents lived in Paris.
Okay.
So we went to Paris, France, and to visit them and to introduce me to them.
Okay.
And then them to me. The second night I was in Paris, France, we went to the Eiffel Tower. And on the lower portion of the restaurant, there's like two, but on the lower one, we had dinner there.
Okay.
And her brother was I guess very pronounced dentist there,
Mm-hmm.
in Paris. But the problem, and then she had to go do some things during the daytime and all this stuff. And so I stayed at the hotel, or I had a rental car. I had a Mercedes Benz and drove on the Autobahn.
Okay.
Got honked at a lot because even though I was zipping down the road, I wasn't going fast enough for them. And then of course there's that, I don't know, that turnaround that you have to go to in Paris. And
Okay.
it was like I was trying to get off, but there were so many cars you couldn't, it's like you make a loop, you get to go over one, and then you go around again, you get to go over another one. And finally, after about the sixth or seventh time, you finally got to be able to exit off. That was, but the people in Paris, once they found out that you were an American, that oh my Lord, they would just
Treat you like caca.
well, that's putting it nicely.
I know.
I mean, that's like when I would go to Cozumel, Mexico. Oh man, those people love the tourist. And I'm not saying that bad because they worked very hard, and got paid very little. And so I made sure that anybody and everybody between the maid, the chefs, and all the waiters and all them, if they did something for me or did their job for me, I would make sure that I would give them a good tip, because the fact that, especially the bartender, because it was like you go up there and you get a couple of beers, and you go back and sit on the beach or whatever. They'd make sure your glass stayed full, because if they knew that you would take care of them, they were going to take care of you. And to me, that just shows respect. And they're working their tails off, and they get paid very little, which is sad for what they do. But whereas the French people, they're more inclined to expect things. And if you think you can speak French and you don't speak it fluently, oh, that just makes them even more mad.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I had a different experience from what Chris had. I mean, I got along fine because I was with my family who did speak French, so I'm learning it as well. I mean, if it makes you feel any better, some French kids stole some ice cream right out of my sister's hand. Like
Mon
literally,
Dieu.
like grabbed her wrist and was like,
Mon Dieu. Do you know what that is?
Mon Dieu.
horrifying.
Do you know what Mon Dieu is?
Let's see, do I remember what
Mon Dieu.
Mon Dieu? Oh my God, that's but it's
Yeah.
oh Mon Dieu, oh Mon Dieu.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's oh Mon Dieu.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
But it see, and I took it in school, so I knew a little bit. I mean, it's sad. I should be speaking it fluently by now because everyone else does. Well, not everyone, but a good portion of my family.
So you're French.
Yeah, like my father's brother's wife and kids. So my cousins.
Well,
But Paris French.
I took sixth grade Spanish only because of the teacher, who was a Miss Coing. Wow.
Well, I had to take Spanish because we were going to Guatemala for like a month. So that was high school. I didn't do it in college, just high school.
Yeah, sixth grade, and I had a crush on my sixth grade Spanish teacher. There's a slight bit of age difference there.
It's like no.
Missed it by
Petit
that
pois.
much.
Petit pois. Petit pois? A little.
Un petit peu, right? Exactly. Un petit peu. Like
So, do you know how to say push in French?
who was it?
Push.
Wait.
And you know how I learned how to say that?
Oh gosh. Something
Yeah.
like I'm almost getting it.
Well, let me stop you before you say it, because I know how you say it, and I don't want to offend anybody because you said that.
I'm trying because my cousins, they would say it all the time. Like to be funny.
Puss.
Oh, Yeah, I know what you mean.
And but I learned it in a World War II movie when they were inside of a tank, and there was a local woman that was having having a child, and
Oh,
they
and
were,
they were telling her to push.
yes, they were telling her to push in English, and it was like, "What are you doing? She's French." And he goes, "Well, I don't speak French." He said the word, but if you say it with in American saying, it sounds like something else, and I'm not going to say it or repeat it.
I don't know what it is. I don't think I ever heard it.
Um, can I scroll while I'm on my not scroll? Since you guys are on my well, you're on both right now, but
Look in your private, Miss Lori.
let's see.
Oh, Poussey.
Can you put right?
I
you
put
guys
it in
wait, can you
private
hear?
so you wouldn't say it.
Can you guys hear me?
Sorry.
I
Yeah.
can't see you, but we can hear you.
You can hear me. Oh, okay. Because I was gonna look that up really quick.
You've got the black line going up and down, just going vertical.
Oh, well, that's Lori's program.
Yeah, there you are.
So wait, what is it doing, or what was it doing?
It was where
Oh,
your picture was. It was like
You-
a darker black line.
oh.
Yeah.
It wasn't
You know
like
what?
that.
It's weird because I see it on the iPad later on. That's really weird.
iPad,
Hmm.
iPad,
Yeah.
we all go to iPad.
Well, I have
Well, if
both
you,
going. I probably don't need both, but I have both going.
Josie and the Pussycats.
Right, right.
But yeah,
Um,
I mean, it is, it's like, I'm Porquito Espanol.
okay, me too. I can habla español un poquito, like
Yeah.
literally.
Licencia, Sucaranza, El Baño, Más cerveza, por favor, muchas gracias,
Exactly. That's my word.
Cien,
That's my Spanish. Literally, that's.
and a few others, but
I could probably speak
and
more
I,
French
I
than I
have
can
been,
Spanish.
there's a few others, but I won't repeat them because I've been called them by people that are not happy.
I can speak a few words of French, but not a heck of a lot. My mother didn't want to teach me how to speak French,
My cousins, because
so she could talk to her family without me knowing what she was talking about.
Well, that's like I learned German from watching Hogan's Heroes. I know nothing.
Nine.
Auf Wiedersehen, Herr Fräulein. Yeah,
oh my gosh.
yeah. And then sprechen die Deutsch? No,
Oh,
you
can
don't,
see
you don't
Deutsch.
speak German. Why are you asking? But that's like my French is parlez-vous français, mademoiselle?
Yeah,
That was good.
S'il vous plaît.
I can pronounce it, but I don't always know what the heck it means. I can read it,
Oh, no, that's good. You can read it.
but I don't always know what it means. I might be able to pick up a word or two here and there.
But reading it
I took French in high school in the 9th grade, but I mean, you didn't learn a heck of a lot in the first year.
they didn't have you go on trips or anything like that?
No,
So, Miss
no,
Lori,
we never got a chance to go.
you took French in the 9th grade.
Yeah.
So, was he a good kisser? Got ya.
Mm,
Hey, it's
My
on.
husband's
Hey, I'm
French.
sorry, Miss Lori. Look at the time. It's after midnight, so it's the late night.
It's the late
Like-
late night with Laurie.
yes, yes.
Well, did you see
My
my?
husband's French.
Yeah,
Did you
His
see my?
family is all from Canada too.
French. Okay.
My family was originally from Canada, but they moved down here and lived in Rhode Island.
Well, did you see my name logo? What it said? What it says?
Chris Night Shift.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway. Oh, okay. Back to reality. Yeah.
Yes.
Wait.
Mhm.
And down to Rhode Island.
Yeah, my mother's family lived in Rhode Island.
Okay. Okay.
How
Huh.
did you ride? Were you on a horse or a car? Yeah, I got the cheesy mustache. I can do it.
So, how long did they live in Canada before moving to
You forgot the A after that. You know how
And
long? How long did they live in Canada? A.
Oh.
Let me drop the mic. Poof! I'll be here all night.
But
my mother's family moved down here way back in the late 1800s and early 1900s.
In a wagon train.
My husband's parents both moved down here, I think in the 30s,
And they went over Niagara Falls to get here.
late 20s or early 30s. No, they weren't anywhere near the Niagara Falls.
oh.
That's Toronto. That's Toronto. That's not Toronto. What the heck province is that? I don't know. That's not near Quebec.
Oh.
All right, let me ask you if you remember this TV show, The
Uh-oh.
Gong Show.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
And
Is that-
That was horrible.
and remember the unknown comic that had the paper grocery
Bag on his head.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There were rumors that it was this guy or that guy or the other guy.
I don't know who it was. I don't know if they ever,
I don't know if they ever did figure out who it really was. I don't remember.
All right. What about you remember Foster Brooks?
Oh, heck yeah.
You remember Foster Brooks?
Who was that?
He was always
He was-
he was always portraying as a intoxicated person.
Absolutely be out of his mind intoxicated, super drunk.
And
And
he
he would
played-
talk
he
like
played it
this
very
all the
well.
time.
Oh
He
my
played
God.
it very well.
Yes. And he didn't drink.
Oh, he didn't drink.
No,
He didn't drink, but he played the part of a drunk as his stand-up thing,
Oh
his
my.
stand-up comedy.
oh, he had it down pat.
Oh, he did.
I mean, he
I mean, he had the walk. He'd stumble out onto the stage. Oh, yeah. Look him up, Foster Brooks. I'm sure there's probably YouTube
What's his name?
videos
Oh,
of
yeah.
him.
yeah.
It was hilarious.
Oh my God. What was his name again? I'm sorry.
Foster Brooks.
Brooks.
Brooks. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, he was.
He was hilarious.
I mean, that was like Flip Wilson doing Geraldine. I'm all sick.
Geraldine. My name is Geraldine.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh, shut your mouth.
Oh, Flip Wilson.
Oh, he was funny.
Oh my God.
I still love Steve Martin, King Tut.
Oh my God. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that is hysterical.
And then you had the Blues Brothers, with Jake and Elwood Blues,
Oh.
And before any of them was Bill Cosby.
Ugh.
The
I'm gonna put
stand-up Bill
I'm gonna get
Cosby.
the pudding here, and yeah.
Not the TV show
pudding.
Bill Cosby. The stand-up comic Bill Cosby. He was hilarious.
I met him.
Why is there air? And he used to make he had albums that you could buy of
Aren't they
his
rated R?
routines.
Like they're not for like kids. I mean, they're adult.
It wasn't Sesame Street,
Right?
that's for sure.
It wasn't Sesame Street at all. Oh my god.
Ladies
Oh.
and gentlemen, a public service announcement. It is after midnight, and we're currently in the late night with Laura. So please understand that we're not trying to offend anybody,
No.
upset anyone. We're
No.
just doing it for the laughs.
Yes, and the hanging
Now
out.
we go back to your
We're just
regular
hanging
scheduled
out.
program.
Right. Wait, I have to say, I met Bill Cosby when he was, older, and he like did this to me, and I'm like, oh, I went with him, and he put me into some room and talked to him, and then we left. But the fact that he was like, I have to talk to you, I was like,
He's hilarious.
I don't know, but he had like 5 seconds with me, and then like left. But this is when he's older.
I'm biting my tongue on what I could say. I'm biting.
Wait, I
my
know.
tongue.
That's what I'm just saying. I'm like, I know he was very funny, but then at that point in time, when everything was going on about him, I mean, even my parents at the time were like, "Oh my god," you know. So luckily, that's far as it went.
I still
said-
always enjoyed Jerry Lewis. I mean, he was great.
Yeah. I loved Abbott and Costello.
Oh yeah.
The
They
baseball.
were
You watched the baseball thing with them?
Who's on first?
Love that. Love.
Who's on first?
What's on second? I don't know who's on
I
third.
don't know who's on third.
I can watch it over and over and over.
I mean, that took talent to do that.
Oh yeah. And they would just go back and forth and around in a circle, and it was, you'd wonder how the heck they kept a straight face doing it.
Oh, I know. That's
But
like
they did.
the Carol Burnett show.
Mhm.
And how many times? I mean, and the cameras didn't break away when one of them would say something, and everybody else was like putting their heads down or going like this.
They're all
Because they're trying to get composure
They're-
again
they're
because they're about to,
pinching themselves, trying not to laugh. Yeah.
that was and it was a good show. It was family and all that, but it just yeah, you don't see that
Elephant thing.
anymore.
Conway and the elephant.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I thought Carol Burnett was gonna bust a gut trying not to laugh.
and then there was and then Mama. Yeah, Mama was always
Yeah, Vicky
Vicki Lawrence. Yeah,
Lawrence.
Lawrence. Oh my.
And what song did Vicki Lawrence sing?
Wow.
Anybody? What song did Vicki Lawrence sing?
Wait, is anybody in the chat?
I know it, but I cannot think of it.
Da, 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 da,
Really?
da.
No in the chat?
I think the chat is silent.
I know. God, come on. It's Ace, Arlene, Christy, Lynn. Knock, knock. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, dang it. I cannot think of it.
Oh, she sang.
She had a good voice. She had an excellent voice.
Was it one song that she sang by herself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That
oh.
was she recorded.
Oh, see, that I did not know. Because I knew she sang with Carol a bunch of times on her show.
Ah, crap. I can't think of it. And I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to look it up.
What? You know what? No one's not even saying anything.
I know. Nobody's.
Christy, Lynn.
They're all looking for it. They're all Googling.
Oh, they're Googling. Oh, okay. Arlene doesn't know.
Yeah, look at Arlene. No, I don't know.
It has to do with a state that is down south.
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of
Yellow Rose of Texas.
I'll give you a hint. Did you get it?
Tonight's the lights went out in Georgia.
There you go. There you go, Ace.
Oh, Ace got it. Yep.
Had to give you
Yeah,
two
see
hints.
that at the same time I did.
Had to give you 2 hints.
Oh, yeah, Troy
It
did.
took you 2.
Really? The night.
When
I-
the nights
That's
went
the
out.
night that the lights went out in Georgia.
Not know that.
That's the night that they hung an innocent man. Reba sang it too.
Yes, but the original was Vicki Lawrence.
Yeah.
So she made an album. Of,
That's the night that they hung an innocent man. So don't trust
Chris.
life to no backwoods southern lawyer.
Oh, what was that one song about the Ode to Billy Joe?
The Ode to Billy Joe.
Something about the
Bobby Gentry,
yeah.
I think. Wasn't it?
I think you're right.
Hmm.
And he jumped off the Tallahassee Bridge.
Yeah. I used to, I know the whole song, but right now I can't even think of how the hell it goes.
Well, I can't play it, so you'll get a strike. So
Nah, I don't want no strikes.
you're out of there. It's just a walk in the park, Kaczynski. Or either that or if you'll build it, they will come.
If you build it, they will come.
And then, of course, back in the 70s, there was the 110 Soldier, the theme from
110
Billy Jack.
Soldier. Yeah, Billy Jack.
My father was all into that movie, and he was no karate or any kind of thing like that. But anyway, yeah, between that, Dr. Shavadko, and then there was
Dr.
also
Zhivago.
I had to hear all the time, and then there was also my father liked the grasshopper, the guy that came.
Oh yeah.
What was it?
Kung Fu.
Kung Fu, yeah.
David Cassidy.
Yeah.
I was like Kung Fu Fighting.
No.
No, Kung
there
Fu,
is a song
the
that's
TV
called-
show. Wasn't a movie.
But
That was a good show. We used to like watching it.
he was always so calm, cool, collective.
I know.
Never got angry. Never got angry.
Nope. But you didn't dare go near him because if you had a brain, you didn't go near him
Well,
because he would make you hurt and stop
Well-
doing whatever bad thing you were trying to do to him. Yeah.
you know. And I always
That
thought
was
it was
good.
funny in the movie Billy Jack, he'd always remove his cowboy boots
I never saw that movie.
and all that. So
Yeah. I never saw the movie.
well, what he was doing is that he had and I'm not trying to be rude or offend anyone. I'm just talking about the movie. So there's my disclaimer. But he had like people that were Indians of whatever, I don't remember what tribe or whatever, but all these Caucasian males, to be politically correct, would try things and all this stuff and harass this Indian nation people and everything else. And Billy Jack would always be the defender and the white knight of the, come defend them and all that and protect them. Even though if it was after the fact, he would go and, confront the Caucasian males and, they would gang up on him, but he would take them out and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He was he was the early version of Walker, Texas Ranger, Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Because when Chuck Norris goes and flies on a plane, he takes 2 planes. And if you ever remember the commercial where he's standing there between 2 planes and he's like this, and he does the splits on the wings and he's
On the
flying.
wings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember all the Chuck Norris jokes. Oh my God. There were a billion of them.
Oh, yeah.
He's how old right now? Because he's still around.
He's a 80 something.
I mean, he looks good.
Yeah, he's up there.
I mean, he doesn't even look like he's. But you said he was 80 or something.
It's because of the fact that he always followed Jack Valane
Mm.
in his juicing machine.
How did you?
I'm really dating myself now.
No, I
Yeah,
just,
100 pills. Jack LaLanne used to take like 100 pills a day,
oh my god.
all different kinds of vitamins and this thing and that thing and the other thing. And oh my God.
Yeah, and then the then you had all the others, the more later actors that were on the juice, or and all that, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, get into the chopper,
Get in the chopper.
I'll be back. So
Get to the chopper. That's what it was.
yeah,
Get to the chopper. What the
but-
hell was the name of that movie?
oh Lord,
That was Predator?
no,
My son said it was from Predator.
maybe, but I was thinking it was when that one movie where oh my gosh,
What's your face?
Chuck Norris was in it. They had a whole cast. The guy from Rocky. Oh geez, Sylvester
Yeah.
Stallone was in it,
Sylvester Stallone.
and then Jean Claude Van Damme was the bad guy.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jean Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude.
Mm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah. But it
Jack
was always-
LaLanne died of a heart attack while jogging.
Really? Is that true? Really?
I guess.
Oh my god.
That's what Troy just said. Hi,
Yeah.
Troy.
Oh my god.
Hi, brother Troy.
Nice to have you back again.
I know he was like.
He must have woke up. He
Oh,
probably was napping.
you're napping, Troy.
I know. Jack LaLanne, he was in his 80s or almost 90, I think, when he died. Was he jogging or was he on a treadmill or something?
You know who I used to have a crush on that was in the black and white films and appeared in one John Wayne movie, which was called They Were Expendable. But I always thought she was very lovely, very beautiful, and the girl next door, which was Donna Reed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And she also played in what Christmas
It's a Won-
movie?
It's a Wonderful Life.
Very good.
Oh, yeah. And she was
Daddy, every
also.
time the teacher says, every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
Yeah, what a bunch of crap that is, but it's a cute movie. People do not become angels. Angels are a separate thing.
I was gonna say, did they show it this past Christmas? I don't remember.
Huh?
I don't think they
I
showed
saw it because I pulled it off of YouTube and watched it.
Oh, I don't.
It's a Wonderful Life. That's a Christmas movie.
Past Christmas.
She was asking if they showed it on TV or whatever this past Christmas.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see it. No, I didn't see any Christmas movies at Christmas time. I didn't see any. And I always like to watch It's a Wonderful Life,
Mhm.
White Christmas, or Holiday Inn, or both.
I have been dying. I mean, I've seen it, but I want to see it every year. They didn't show it at all.
Well,
And The Christmas Carol. whichever version they happen to put on.
Hmm.
I have my favorites, but
Well,
as
that's
long
like
as I
all,
see one of them.
it's
Mhm.
like all of my favorites for all the holidays or whatever you want to call them, which was done by Charles Schultz, was all the Charlie Brown and
Charlie Brown Christmas specials and all those specials.
I did the
Thanksgiving.
the
Oh,
the Great Pumpkin and all of them.
Yeah.
But, and I would always sit with my daughters and we would watch those.
Yeah. Yep.
But,
I know.
Troy, what was for dinner? Sorry, he said he was eating. So I'm like, what was for dinner?
Yeah, I see that.
and did you bring enough for everybody?
Yeah, share with the room, Troy.
Even though somebody was eating brownies in front of us.
I'm,
See,
I-
even Ace said it was Predator.
oh, I didn't bring enough for everybody.
Okay, you get the Trinky doll.
I know what's it called? The
Paul gets it. I didn't guess it. He did. Well, he just came right out with it. I mean, that was the first thing out of his mouth when I asked him.
They didn't show that either. What Arlene said, the March of the Wooden Soldiers.
Well, that's like she said.
the
Arlene
Miracle on
said
34th Street
the
in
Wizard of
Monterey.
Oz. I watched it one time, and it was the black and white version. And when
Which
the
one?
tornado came, I couldn't watch it because the fact that it made me think about living here in Oklahoma and Kansas when I was a kid and all the bad.
Oh, the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
I love the Miracle on 34th Street too. That one always got me every.
Go ahead, pull
You
it.
should be a fan of that one.
Go ahead,
Natalie
pull it.
Wood was a little kid. She was the little girl.
I know. And when he leaned over and said, "Go ahead, pull it," because she said that he was a fake one. She pulled on the beard, and he went, "Oh," and it was a real beard. But yeah, Natalie Wood was in that one. Natalie Wood was also in The Searchers. Later on, Rebel with a Cause, and corned beef, cabbage. And,
Mashed
that sounds
potatoes,
good.
corn, and buttermilk biscuits.
I can eat mashed.
You had a St. Patty's Day
I was just saying
meal for
dinner.
February.
Where's the black eyed
7th?
peas?
Sorry, what?
I said, "Where's the black eyed peas?"
Black-eyed peas?
Remember the old? I don't know if you remember the old saying, but if you're going to have pork chops, where's the applesauce? Pork chops and applesauce.
Really?
Oh yeah, because applesauce. There's something in the applesauce that helps you digest pork better, because pork tends to be kind of heavy and hard to digest for some people.
He ain't heavy. He's my brother.
He ain't heavy. He's my brother. He
Hey,
ain't heavy.
You kick in that you. What was it that we learned the other night? You put in certain words. And remember, we were with Dale and we were learning about how to do the analytics.
Oh yeah, the tags.
The tags. Well, your tag word was brother, and it made me think of the song. Right off the bat, he ain't heavy, he's my brother.
Yep.
I don't know how much longer I'm going to be, folks. You've been on for 3 hours and 28 minutes, Miss Lori.
Wow, Laura, that's
Oh,
amazing.
I have 3 hours and 29 minutes.
I mean, that's not
Wow.
your record of 6 hours.
Yeah, it's
But-
almost 1:45.
Yeah, here it's almost 1:45.
Well, I think I'm going to probably bounce so I can get a few things done before I call it a nighty night, and I'm going to wind down. And even though my dog's over here snoring and sleeping,
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, mine too.
Well,
But-
At least you don't have to go out in the snow to take them out.
Not yet. That comes next Monday, Tuesday for me. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
We're gonna have a foot of snow between now and Sunday. We're supposed to be getting a couple of inches a day,
Yep.
and then Sunday we're gonna get a foot.
Just remember it's your left
Or-
foot.
That's the
Jill-
that's the prediction anyway, according to the weather fortune tellers.
Well, everybody in chat, Miss Lori, M,
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna.
have a blessed night, and may you have a wonderful evening or morning and good sleep, and may you and your family be blessed. Shalom, shalom, tadadaba.
Good night and God bless, Chris.
Off also because my mom wants me to get up in the morning with her and go shopping because my sister and my niece are coming over tomorrow. So, well, that's all. Excuse me. It is tomorrow, so later today.
Yeah,
Later, yeah.
I know what you mean.
I know. Exactly tomorrow. Like it is tomorrow.
It's already tomorrow.
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 Like we go to
Ugh.
Joe's. I'm like, oh yeah, I get those pizzas at Trader Joe's. So,
All right.
all right. So he
I
bounced.
think
So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna.
I
hop on-
think I'm gonna have to bounce too.
Exactly. All right, Miss Lori. God bless. Be careful in the snow. Oh my goodness. Please be careful in the snow.
Yeah, I won't be going out anywhere.
No, yeah.
No,
I wait for it to
I
all
don't do that.
crash down before I gotta go out there and shovel. So
Yeah. Well, that's why we have a snow blower. Because my husband can't shovel. We don't want him shoveling. At least with the snow blower, he just starts it up and all he has to do is follow behind it and it goes by itself. So,
Hey, bless him, 78, and he's
and he's
snowblower.
blowing snow. Yeah. I know.
Does he? I mean, does he look like he? I mean, he's in shape.
He's in decent shape.
Wow.
I mean, he had surgery in September,
Oh,
but he was out the last snow we had that was about 5 or 6 inches.
mhm.
He was out there blowing snow out of the yard.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
He's got a little bit of muscle then.
Oh yeah. He's a tough guy. He's not that big anymore, but
No, but he's
you know,
good.
he's kind of lost a little bit, but he's
Wow.
still in good shape for his age. I mean, considering people look at him, they say you're not 78. He looks like he's about in his late 50s, maybe 60s.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, does he look like he's in his 70s? I was gonna ask you that.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
God bless him, man. My God.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I don't know what I'd do without him. He's awesome.
Wow. What time did they say it was gonna start for you?
I'm sorry.
No, what time did they say it was gonna start?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I
'Cause
don't know.
Here, but then the phone is saying like 11 or 12. But either way, so I have to get up, go shopping, and then get back here for my sister and her daughter, my niece.
Yeah, I don't know. I think tomorrow we're supposed to get a couple of inches, 2 or 3 inches or something,
Mhm.
and then Sunday it's supposed to start getting heavier and heavier. I'm hoping it stays north of us
I'm hoping
because it looks like it's. They were saying that New York. I don't know. Last time I looked at Ryan Holiall,
Mhm.
he was saying that it was supposed to be north of New York, and they
So-
weren't supposed to get anything except maybe a dusting or a couple of inches.
Oh, so maybe so it's changed maybe the weather report.
I don't know. That's what he was saying a couple of days ago, and
Huh.
he said that the way it was looking, it might go further north
Hmm.
or it could go further south. They didn't know what the heck it was going to do.
Hmm. I went on the AI just to see what it said.
Yeah, you're
God.
kind of on the close to that rain line.
Mm. What
So I hope you don't get freezing rain. That stuff sucks.
as well eventually.
Yeah.
With the weekend. Let me see. I just put up my weather map. Well, the app. 3 to 5.
3 to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as opposed to
Yeah.
5 to 7. Before it said 5 to 7, but now it was saying 3 to 5.
Well, so you might be lucky and just get a couple of inches.
Yeah, no, myself in trouble. So,
Well,
it is
good
what it
night,
is.
Ace. Good night,
Uh,
Arlene.
Yes. Good night, everybody. Yes, exactly. Yes. Good night,
Good night,
everybody.
Troy.
Good night, Ace. Wait, who else was in there? Sorry.
Whoever else
I
is
kind of
left
left.
in there
Let's see.
in
Who
lurking mode.
was? Let me see. Who else was in here? Oh yeah. So yeah, Arlene, Troy, Ace. And that was
Yeah, I
it.
don't.
Yep.
Christy, I
Christy.
don't
That's right.
know.
Christy and who was that other one? Christy and Oh my goodness. What was her name? Christy and Lynn.
Lynn.
Yes, thank you, Lynn and Lynn. So yeah. So good night, everybody.
Yeah,
All
good
right,
night,
Lori.
everybody. Love you
All right.
all. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
coming
Thank you so
in.
much. Yes, thank you, Lori, so much. Thank you. Thank you. And be careful, you and your husband, please. Like, be careful.
Yes, you too.
All right. Thanks. All right. Bye.
Thanks. Good
Bye.
night. I really appreciate everybody coming tonight. It was good. It was fun. But I need to sleep. So you all take care and have a good night. God bless. And we'll see you tomorrow somewhere.